What's up? What's up? What's up, fans? Hold on.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
What's up, brother? All right, cool. I got you. All right. What's up, fight fans? We are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I am always your host, Edwin. Where the war fight start?
Round one.
Yo, what up? What up? What up? Front line. Frontline, good thing that you're in the building right now. Before I start everything, let me just break down. We're gonna have a special guest come on, Keith Cologne. He is a very talented young man coming out of Newark, New Jersey, Puerto Rican fighter. He's sporting 100% knockout ratio, and we're gonna have him on the show. But Frontline, his father just called me right now, and he needs me to send him the link. Here's the problem: my wife is outside, I think, in the car. I can't get into my messenger thing because she got my code. I forgot what it was. She made it, and I'm like
Hold
stuck.
on. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
All right, what are you
I'm
what are
gonna
you gonna
text.
send me?
Huh?
What are you gonna send me?
I'm gonna send you the link so you can forward it to him because I don't have his number.
Okay,
I'll
yeah,
text it.
yeah,
I'll text it to you.
right. Go do that. I get you. I got it.
Messages. Edwin. Boom. You should
Yo,
have it right now.
I sent them a few links. I wonder if he could use that same one.
It should be. It should be the same. It should be the same.
Right. He should just, but he might not have it. Okay, so you sent it to me, right? So
Yep.
now what do? I copy it.
Just no. Hold it down. With your you have the iPhone, so you hold it
Yep.
down.
Yep.
It's gonna say more,
Yep.
and then share it, and then send it to his contact.
Got it. And then I'm gonna share it.
Aprende, mijo.
Prende, mira, yo no te voy a durar toda tu vida. All right? No
No,
te voy a.
the viejos used to say, no te voy a durar pa piedra.
Ah, there we go. I got it to him. Thank you, man. Yeah, we got that out the way because
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna have him come on the show. We're gonna talk about this Puerto Rican fight card in New York City and the Barclays Center. Eso va a estar cendido. Let me tell you
Yo.
right now. Listen,
What's
can you
going
hear
on,
my
Mr.
sound
Quick?
effects? Can you hear my sound effects?
Yeah.
All right, good. Thank you. What up, Mr. Quick? Yo, let me put everybody up too up on the YouTube so I can
He
see
wants to know if you
everything.
got that workout in today.
Actually, I'm a bum. I am
What
a
had
bum.
happened was
I'm not even lie. Like, yeah, I worked out. Nah, man. Mr. Quick, man. Let me tell you something, man. I am just not motivated, bro. I need somebody to kick me in the ass, bro. Like, get your ass up and get in the gym. Like, bro, I'm like, I'm not gonna even pretend and lie, like, but I just gotta lock in. I gotta lock in. I gotta get back into it and stuff like that because working out right now, it's not just for to work out towards something. It's just to stay fit, now. Stay in shape, try to eat a little better, this, that, and everything. Today, I'm like picking through the greasy like foods and stuff, and I see that, yeah, a lot of things I'm taking more serious. My diet, my health, because I don't want to be that dude that walks into the doctor's office and they be like, "Bro, sit down. It's gonna be a minute." Matter of fact, you only got like 20 minutes to live, like some type shit like that. So I want to take care better of myself, but I'm not gonna give myself excuses. If I'm not doing something, I'm not saying I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. I want to work out. So maybe I think the best thing to do is probably start working out again in the morning and doing it with you guys because then I get motivated and shit. So I don't know. Let me know. You guys want to start working out again, and you guys motivate me, and we'll start doing it again. And we'll get in there, and uh, yeah, absolutely. Salute. What you been up to, Frontline?
Not a whole lot. Doing getting ready for the trips and shit like that. You know how that goes. It's holiday
Yeah,
season. Places packed. Yo, shout out to Chile de Garcia. Saludos, compa Edwin El Manotas. Basically, brother. And then Mr. Quick says, one day at a time, champ. Look at it like this. Be 1% better than you were yesterday. If you stay consistent with the mindset, by the end of the year, you'll be 365% better than you were last year.
that's it. Yeah,
Damn,
absolutely.
that's a crazy way to put it though. It's true.
Yeah, 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 absolutely, absolutely. And working out. I've shared this with you guys, right? You can get motivated to work out, and motivation will carry you maybe 3 days, 7 days, sometimes shit, half a month or something, right? But you'll soon find out you'll soon fall out of motivation. Now, discipline is something that you don't negotiate with. Discipline gets you out of bed. Discipline gets you into the workout room, and discipline is what keeps you consistent. If you can stay disciplined, you know, you'll pick up as you go. And these are things that I've been taught at a very young age. It's just all of us are human. We're all, we go through these moments in life, and sometimes life weighs on your shoulders. Sometimes life is not enough and you're bored. You're a little too bored, and you become complacent or lazy, in fact. And that's what I've become in recent days, to tell you the truth. I'm kind of like in a funk. Like, I really like, I know I want to do things and shit, but I'm just like, I'm playing more Call of Duty these days than I have in the last year. I haven't, like, I don't know, man. Like, I guess athletes or all of us, we go through shit in our head and stuff, and then we just got to navigate our way through that shit, get back on the horse and shit. And it's just a matter of time, man. I can't stop working out for a long time anyway. I've been like that my whole life. Once I like get to a certain point, I gotta start working out and stuff. I've always been like that, but for different reasons I've stopped. And now I'm like thinking about it now, like the fuck, right? But yeah, man, gotta get back in there, bro. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
shout out to old Sense. He said we rocking with you round one. And then Mil Pera says you just have to wake up and do some basic shit every morning religiously. After a few
Yeah,
weeks, it
that's it.
becomes a
That's
part
it.
of you, like
Yep.
when you were a kid. But that's bullshit, Mio,
Yep.
because this
That's what.
motherfucker was training every day for the OC fight. That motherfucker will be at 2 o'clock in the morning, full of ostarine, can't sleep.
Ah,
And he'll go at a 2 o'clock in the morning run and
just
go
a,
live with it.
yeah,
No, I
because
wasn't ostarine. I'm just fucking with you on that. But
yeah,
you
I
you
would
you
do that.
let
I
you
would
let
do
that
that.
motivation go away though. You know what
No,
I'm
no, it
saying? Because you
wasn't.
were motivated for that.
No,
Coqui's in
I
the
wasn't.
building. What's up, Coqui?
Yeah, I wasn't motivated for that fight. I was
No, you were
determined.
motivated.
No, I was determined, and I was disciplined for that fight. And he kept me up at night. The fact that I was gonna gas out, that at this age my body wasn't responding as fast as I once was. I used to be able to almost get out of bed and run down a fucking block of fucking full mile. I was pretty good athlete, man, real good athlete, and so I didn't. For everything I lacked, not being able to spar, I try to make up for it in other areas. But I really needed someone to look me over, to tell me where my form and everything. I needed more of that, and I needed more of sparring. I think my coach even called me after the fight. He said, "You only sparred twice, Edwin. 2 times you sparred. He said, "Man, you would have sparred 2 more times, you would have wiped that dude down." He was like, "I'm so proud of you, Edwin." He was like, "Man, you made it 3 rounds." We were like, we thought you were gas out. And we were like, shit, like if Edwin don't stop him in the first round, like we thought you might have was gonna gas out. And you
So
just
wait,
mugged it.
your coach told you that you started sparring a little too late in your training?
Yeah, because of me. Because of me. Not because of him or because of anything. Is that truth be told, I couldn't get down to the gym in time a lot.
Yeah.
So the times that I could, he would work with me. But he did everything to prepare me. If he had more time to work with me, I would have been a better fighter. But it was just too far in between. You know what I mean? So I just wasn't, you know, uh
I mean, Neil
like
makes a
now.
good point. He said it doesn't go like that when you get older, man. Injuries come to the surface. It's true.
Yeah.
That's just true. Shout out to Circus Watch Out. I already said Koki is in the building.
Yeah,
And
man.
that's it.
So
Smash the likes on the way in, y'all.
yeah. And my guest will be popping in a few. He let me know he's gonna be a little bit late. So we'll be talking to the young man that's Keith Cologne.
Hey, Mr. Quick says break out the pre-workout that wifey stash. That'll get you right.
Yo, yeah, let's bust out the pre-workout again. Let's get a shot of that going. Yo, I forgot all about that. That's had me feeling some kind of way on the workout. I was starting to look at it like, all right, am I gonna is this gonna do something to me? Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, that
Yo,
shit
salud.
used to get me amped. Yo, I'll be all over the place. What up?
Saludo Richard. He says saludos Edwin Frontline and Koki.
What's up, Richard? How you doing in the building? Yeah, and yeah, I want to get back in the gym, guys. I know you guys are talking about it now, and uh it keeps me honest too, and it keeps you guys are keeping me like accountable, you know. So whatever I decide to do, uh I'll keep you guys informed on it and stuff because like I want to do the Border Wars thing, right? But I got the Christmas, and then right after that, there's Supremo Theas. And then right like immediately after that would be that. So I'm not made out of money. You know what I mean? So I can't just be hopping on planes and hitting hotel rooms and all this other shit just like that, and then expecting wifey to be like, yeah, sure, use all our money to do whatever you want. Like, so um, but we can still stay in shape. For that we can. And you guys are right, man. Let's probably just stay in shape just in
Hey,
case. Just in
don't turn that myth when you got, equipment.
Yeah.
Don't turn that into a coat hanger. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, you go in
Or
there right
or
now. There's
or a
nothing
clothes
on it.
dryer or
Yes,
something like that.
there's nothing on it. My workout
I, I,
equipment has, yeah, I won't curse it. It
I
still
bet you
looks
there's dust on it because you haven't been using
it
it.
might be a little dust around the areas, but one thing for sure, do not put clothes on your workout equipment because that's exactly what it turns into, a coat hanger. Soon you'll put sweaters, jackets, and you might not even see it anymore.
Look,
And you be
Mr. Quick is getting in your ass.
like, what's up? What do you say? What do you say?
He said, also, you can beat OC. The key is stamina, endurance, and volume. He's a one punch puncher. Just an
Yep.
overhand right. That's about it. Just get out your mind and get to work. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, I want to. And you know what really took the wind out of my sails? That OC the boss opted out of our fight to go fight somebody else. And I was like, yo, what do you mean? And he was like, nah, I'm going to fight this guy, this and that. And I was like, bro, I was like, really? And then that's when he came on the show. And every time he was talking, I was just going quack, quack, quack. You're ducking me, bro. I was like, okay, you beat me. You got the win. You felt the power. Just give me a little bit more, man. We're going to go and we're going to rock, right. And because I make no excuses for my injuries or anything. Nope. We fought. I lost. That's it. But I wanted one more shot. I was like, yo, let me run it back. Double or nothing. I fought you under your terms, everything. You wanted to wait. I did it. Let me get that back. And then when he opted out to go fight that other dude, kind of took the wind out of my sails. That's what I was like, man. But then like these guys was like, oh, you fight this guy, beat him, then fight. I was like, man, how many fights you think I'm gonna be fighting here, bro? What do you think? I'm 20 years old? I'm like, yo, like I did this. This is supposed to be kind of like a one and done thing, just to test myself. And it seems like everybody's like, nah, fuck that. We're going for a world title, Edwin. You know what I'm saying? After this, we knocking out Jake Paul, then we calling out Usyk. Come on, Edwin, get into the gym. You know what I mean? So, but definitely, it motivates me. Yeah, man. Like, let's see what happens. Something was telling me inside, like I was saying to myself, well, why don't you just at least train and stay ready, right? So what if his opponent hops out or his opponent doesn't show up? Or maybe you just go in there and have another good fight. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. And that's why I think I'm like out of it. Cause I was just like, what? He's gonna fight who? And I was like,
Well, they
and
do
that's what
say after a tough fight, they try to get an easier fight. Their next fight, to kind of,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
AC, OC trying to take it easy. OC trying to take it easy.
Oh, my special guest has just arrived. All right. Front line. Hold on. No. All right. Let me see if I can make it like that. There we go. Hello, Keith Cologne. Welcome.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is up and coming prospect Keith Cologne. He has a professional boxing record of 8 fights, and he has knocked out all 8 opponents. He is rocking a 100% knockout ratio. Thank you for taking your time out of your day and coming on the show. I was speaking with your father earlier. He told me that you were sparring today. Are you wrapping up sparring or?
Nah, I sparred earlier. I just came back from my second training session.
Okay. So you're preparing to make a transition for the rest to the end of the fight right now. This you're on the undercard of the Subriel Matias and Dalton Smith in New York City in Barclay. So first of all, let me slow down and talk to you about that. How do you feel about being on that card?
It's a blessing, man. Sorry for my voice. But it's a blessing. Just being able to be on this card, be on the undercard of Sabrina Matias, Fresh Productions. It's a blessing, and I'm just ready to sign. I can't wait for the opportunity, and I'm a show.
Your opponent, Alberto here. I don't want to kill his last name. I'm still having a hard time pronouncing it. Gutierrez. Am I saying it correctly? Alberto Gutierrez. That's yeah. I looked him up though, Keith. Right? Have you looked him up? Do you know what do you know about him?
I know, of course, obviously he's Mexican. I know he fought for the world title a couple times. And he
Yes,
fought some notable names.
yes,
So
he did. He
yeah.
fought Luis Santa Cruz. He's a 3 division world champion. He went 12 rounds with him, and Leo won it unanimous decision. Then he also fought Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson stopped him in 3. So and then his opponents kind of chilled out after that. He started going down from 10-round fights to all the way down to 6-round fights. His last fight was a 6-round fight, which he won in a knockout. This is gonna be, I believe, your biggest test. How do you feel about this fight? Do you
I'm
think he's your
excited.
biggest test?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely my biggest test. I'm excited. Sometimes a record doesn't really reflect a person's ability, and sometimes it do. So, come fight night, I'm gonna be best prepared for whatever he bring, and I'm gonna just show out.
Mhm. That's what's up because, although he went in the ring with these guys and he got a couple names, he didn't beat any of them. So it doesn't
Exactly.
speak right. It doesn't make him a better fighter when losing. So, but he does have a decent record. And, hold on a second. What am I doing? I spent all day doing this. You know what I mean? And then I'm not putting it up. You see what I'm saying? I had the Spanish flags, your name and stuff. All right. I have your opponents too as well. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm gonna have to put this one up. Bing, there he is. What? You know what I mean? There he
That's
is right
nice.
there. And then on BoxRec, all they can I can find now. I'll pull up your record and everything, but they had your amateur box rec up, amateur box rec, and then they had his. He's 28, but this is not his professional record, ladies and gentlemen, where it says 40 and 25. That's his amateur record right there. But yes. And your pro record, I wanted to talk about that a little bit. And I talked about this. I always said when I saw you, I saw a little bit of you and I was being told about you. I was like, wow, he has a little like a pro style in the amateurs. And you made a transition to the pros and eight knockouts, 100% knockout ratio. You really made a great start. Um, so tell me, how do you feel about this position that you're in now? And are you gonna like sign with a bigger promotional company in the future, or has any of them been talking to you about this? What are your plans?
I feel like I'm in a great position. Um, I got a lot of freedom. I'm fighting often, so that's like my main concern. We've been talking. We always, had opportunities to sign with big promoters, but it was our choice to not sign.
Oh,
You know, so we able to do things like this, go on Fresh Productions and fight. Danny
right,
Garcia card and fight, Top Rank and fight. Um, just keep building my audience, my brand, and
mhm,
work my way up to the world title. And once it's time, for me to fight for a world title, then we'll sign. But right now, I'm not doing anything but just raising my stock up. It's like
right,
if I sign now, it'd be cool. But if I was to sign when I'm a work, and grabs the world title, it'd be much
right.
better. So
Right. Your stock would rise more. I understand. Yeah, well, that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you too about your promotional company and you know I'm not sure if you're really into the politics of boxing or whatever, but wanted to know how do you feel that Fresh Production is the first Puerto Rican company to come out of Puerto Rico and host a main event in a world title fight, and you're a part of that. This is historical for the Latin communities and the men that are trying to break through as a promotional company. And when it's all said and done, you're going to be a part of that, And a lot of these gentlemen fighting on the card from Puerto Rico. And Subir, can I ask you, how do you see the fight playing out with Subir Matias and Dalton Smith?
Oh, I feel like Matias, he gonna wear him down.
Okay,
I feel like Don Smith, he's a tough fighter, but I feel like Matias gonna be the same Matias. He gonna wear him down, and he been here before, so
yeah,
he's used to the lights. He's used to the pressure. He know what he has to do. Don Smith is the one that gotta, in a sense, come here and take title from him. But
right.
like Matias, you know. Matiz know what he has to do, and he's gonna come fight night. He's gonna be more than prepared.
Yeah. What do you what fight do you like on the card besides yourself? Well, besides Mattia and yourself fight, what fight are you? Do you go out and you watch the fights afterwards, or
Yeah. It really depends. I'm gonna be watching for sure, but you know, it's all like it's a business. You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
So,
yeah, I get it.
you gotta set up things after for your people, and
Yeah,
they like they want to chill with you.
right. Oh
I
yeah,
go
yeah,
around taking pictures, just seeing
right.
everybody that came out supporting me. So, I watch what I could watch, because after my fight, I'm around the whole arena, just taking pictures, people stopping me. It'd be even hard just to get a slice of pizza.
Yo, man, I feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? After my fight, and my fans want me to fight again, but due to my condition, you know what I'm saying? Keith Cologne, I have a condition. It's called small hands. You know what I'm saying? And yo, it affects 1 in 100 fighters, Keith. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't laugh, bro. This is serious. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
nah, I
I
won't.
suffer from small hands syndrome, and
Yeah.
I want to get it popping. I could have been a world champion, Keith. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
I can see the
small
belts. I can
hands.
see the belts.
Yo, those were my glory days. Those were my glory days. But now I have small hands. So
Man.
my time is. That's why. The people want to call me back, but hey, I feel you on that. You know what I'm saying? Star status. From one star to another. Nah, let me
Yeah.
stop. Look, no, Keith. You're still in Rutgers over there in New York in school?
Yeah, it's in North. Yeah, Rutgers North.
In
Yep.
North? Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um. Uh. What else I had to ask you? Damn, I'm jumping all fast, man. I'm like getting a little bit ahead of myself. Um. Let me ask you a question. What'd you think about the fight with Jake Paul there the other night and AJ and him getting his
Um.
jaw? Did you see it?
Yeah. I saw. It. I saw it. Um. A lot of people, they was like, "Oh, that's what Jake get." Finally somebody put him in check. But I saw it differently, man.
Talk
I
about it.
saw that the guy not daring to be great, but not being afraid. And
Right.
that's one thing that I respect. Is like, yeah, people was saying things about him when he was gonna fight Tank, and even for him, Tank would have been, somebody like a worry, But when that fight fell through, he was like, all right, I'm gonna just show y'all that I wasn't picking on him. I was just trying to make a big fight, Like
Right.
I was trying to make a fight that people would have never thought could have happened. I wasn't
Right.
just picking on somebody small. And now I'm gonna just go ahead and fight AJ, a heavyweight. And I felt like he was doing good. The pop, the size, the weight, disadvantage. It definitely showed, and he wasn't in shape enough, and he don't have enough experience to know how to handle that, and it showed, and once the fatigue got to his brain, that's when, um, he was down. But one thing that I hope everybody got from it is like, it's not like he just got hit with a good shot and he was down. He
Right.
got hit with a shot that broke his jaw,
Right.
and he still got up, So more props to Jake Paul. And he represent the island, so
Yeah.
appreciate him for that.
Yeah.
Always representing Puerto Rico,
Right.
and I feel like it was cool. It was cool to see him do his thing.
Yeah. What I walked away from that fight, you're right. When he was fighting Tank Davis, he was criticized of being the bigger man. So he went in for a bigger man, not only a bigger man, but better skilled. He was fighting a former gold medalist, unified world champion, and active, not a retired guy. So the situation got real. A lot of people were like, Jake Paul, I don't want to give him credit for running around the ring, this and that. I'm like, bro, you say that until you get in the ring and you have AJ coming your way. All
Yeah.
6'5", 250 pounds of them, right? Like, that's not easy. Now, I went back, I watched a couple interviews, and Jake Paul said that, in fact, that the first fracture he had here, Francis hit him with a shot in the second round, broke his jaw in the second round. And the
Who?
one that he crushed,
Eh,
uh, AJ, I'm sorry, AJ
Oh.
hit Jake Paul and
Uh.
broke his jaw, Jake Paul said, in the second round. And then he
Oh
crushed
wow.
his teeth in the sixth. So he had this part broken, and then he broke this part with that punch. It's not like
That's crazy.
he didn't punch me, break my jaw here, and then snap this piece with one
Yeah.
punch.
Yeah.
He said that's not what he said. Jake said he broke my jaw. In fact, I fell in the second round, and then he crushed it in the sixth.
Wow.
Yeah. So what I saw was a man that was heavily outmatched, but smart enough to land a few good shots. Then I saw AJ being very cautious because although he knew he was a more skilled fighter, he wanted to show patience because he knew he was going to catch up to him, but he didn't want to make a mistake. What if? What if this
Yeah,
dude catches me and I do something stupid, reaching in and get caught? So he let Jake Paul wear himself out, dragged him to deep waters, and then he drowned him and he knocked him out. And but I gotta give him kudos to Jake Paul, but I think he now there's some people saying he's renounced his retirement or whatever. He's like done. I would say that too if I was home sipping out of a straw. I'd be mad too, but you know how we fighters are. A few months later, then all of a sudden they peak again, and you start hitting the bag. Then you're
hmm
back in the gym, and then give me a fight. So,
yeah,
but yeah, I was looking up your guy, the guy that you're fighting, and I was saying to myself, you're both orthodox fighters, and I don't think that there's gonna be a real big height disparity here. Neither. I don't think that he really brings anything to the table so far that you haven't seen, but experience. And young man, from me to you, I think you have enough skill to break through that level of experience. You know,
yeah.
um,
Thank you.
um, I see nothing and wish nothing but the best for you in your career. I always, tune in and watch you, see you fight. Hopefully, I'm out there in New York City. Hope you know what I'm saying. I'm still talking to the wifey about the ticket prices and everything. But I'm going. I'm going. All right. I might have to take a hit. You know what I mean? Maybe the dog doesn't eat for a week. So what? He'll make it. You know what I mean? So, but I want to get out to that fight in New York City. So everybody that is the Subriel Matias, Dalton Smith fight in New York City. This young man right here, Keith Cologne, will be fighting. Frontline, do you have any questions for the young man?
Got a couple. What's going on, Keith?
What's going on?
So first of all, I'm known on this channel for being biased as fuck towards Puerto Rican boxers,
Okay.
and I'll take that. I don't care. But you being young, coming up. You know what I'm saying? My question is, you fought in I think two or three different weight classes so far. Like you've been jumping around. What weight class are you like focusing on and planning on staying at? Is it 26 or 30?
Nah, I never fought at 30. I fought at um highest I ever fought at was 128. Um, my weight class is 126, but when like in the past I had a lot of fights pull out like the week of, or we couldn't even find a fight and we had to
Right.
turn around and fight the next week. So, opponents, they weren't agreeing to 26. They was like, we'll fight them at 28. I'm a natural 126 pounder.
Okay.
Right.
Now, on a couple of your fights, I noticed you like to switch from orthodox to southpaw.
Yeah.
How, you feel comfortable going southpaw? Like you train for that, or is that just like a natural thing for you that just
Or in the moment thing.
or in the moment type thing? Exactly.
At first, like years ago, it was a in the moment type thing. It was, I never trained doing it, but now, um I don't even try to perfect it, honestly. I just, just keep trying to get creative. But it's something that I am comfortable doing. If it look crazy, just believe that I'm comfortable doing it. But yeah, I do
Nah,
train
you
both
actually
ways.
look like a natural doing it. You
Yeah, I was
know,
gonna
Okay,
say
okay.
you do look like a
you're
natural,
looking like a
and
natural doing it. Like you're switching good, your feet are under you, your up and body is moving
Yeah.
still. You don't lose any speed. You don't look awkward from the most part that what the little bit I have seen you switch. So yeah, and if you're doing that without training, that the kid's a natural. Look at him, you know
exactly.
what I mean?
No,
Right?
no, no. I train. I train. I train. I don't just go in the ring and try something new.
Yeah.
I train. I
Yep.
definitely train going both ways. Um, And believe it or not, like my coach here even say like certain things I do better southpaw than orthodox. But just to put it out there, I switch depending on like what I'm being told. Certain instructions.
Mhm.
You know, it's not like somebody's telling me to switch or somebody is, or like I feel uncomfortable. Nah, I switch based off like the instructions. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do it like this.
Right. Or probably in the moment when you see the opportunity.
Yeah,
I bet you switch. You like pat. Or there's
exactly.
sometimes you're in a fight and the guy tries to like spin you and you end up in an awkward position and you're just there and you work with it. You pa pa pa
Yeah,
in the moment. You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, I got this. Ba-da-da. You know, I feel
right,
comfortable here too. You know, I don't
right,
have to wait to switch.
right.
You also got an offense in the other stance, which is really, really good. And front line, you got any more?
Um, your matchmaker is that's your dad that's taking care of the matchmaking, or how's that working?
Um,
You
yeah,
got you.
you could say so. Who's actually getting all the opponents is
No,
probably like 100 different people. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it started with my dad. You know, like my dad. You know, he like controls that.
Right, right,
okay.
right.
Well, not to give up your game plan for this fight, but I was watching a couple of your opponent's fight. He don't like the body works, and I know you nasty with the body work. You like to touch that body, so
Yeah.
I think you might be able to take him out early if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, we gonna see. We gonna see. You know, we got a couple game plans, but um, it all depends. It come fight night. You know, we just gotta wait and see. You know, wait, see how I look after the first round, and then that's when everything starts.
Right, right, right.
Okay.
Now, frontline, let me ask my questions. I let you ask your questions. Now you know I'm going
Dale.
into the hot. We're going into the hotness. We are entering the hot zone. Okay. Um, what do you think about the future when you look at fighters like Bruce Carrington and him being the interim champion, Stephen Kubo Fulton moving out of the division, vacating the belt, and now probably Bruce Carrington. Is that an opponent maybe further down the line you see yourself fighting?
Possibly. You know, if he's still there, and you know, I got titles, he got titles. You know, and that's the fight that gotta happen. You know, I sparred Susu a couple times. That's my guy. But at the end of the day, it's boxing. I'm sure he knows. Like, we here to put on a show for the fans.
Right, 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 right. I just wanted to see if I asked you that question because I wanted to see if, you know, just in case that Keyshawn's Shakur Stevenson Call of Duty buddy shit. We don't got no friends in boxing, man. We trying to take everybody out. We trying to eat here. As far as all the champions in 126 right now, who do you think it will give you the most problem? And who you think would be the easiest fight for you, if you had to say? I'm putting you on the spot.
Um, the easiest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even. I don't even know all the world champions right now. I mean, every class.
Raymond Moore. I'm sorry. Nick Ball,
Okay.
Espinoza. Um, um, Stephen Fulton just vacated the title, and then you got
Okay.
Leo,
I'm gonna
that
just. I'm gonna
Mexican.
just. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna say who's the easiest because I really like you. You would never know, but I'll just say
right,
like I feel like if I was to fight Espinosa, I'm going into that fight, you know, knowing like I'm not trying to box. I'm gonna get
right,
hit. I'm
right,
gonna get hit. But the goal is to win every exchange and to win every round. So
right,
take like because he's the type of fighter where you're gonna get hit. He's super long, but it's not about hitting and not getting hit. It's about winning every exchange and then winning every round.
right.
Is you gotta hurt and not get hurt with him. So I feel like he posed the most problems just due to his length. And I mean, and it may not. He may end up getting clipped with something big. Early on,
Hmm.
and the fight is ended up over. But just saying, me like mentality wise, going into that fight, I'ma just be best prepared just to go to war for 12 rounds.
Hmm. I want to ask you a question. How do you see yourself as a fighter? And if you ever had a favorite fighter that you like, mirror yourself or modeled after? Like, who would you say fights like you, or you fight like him?
Um, it's hard. It's hard to say. It's hard to say, but I feel like um, I kind of, I kind of got bits and pieces from Terrence Crawford. Just from like switching, you know.
Mhm.
Um, if you really want to break it down on why I say, I'm not saying I fight like Terrence Crawford, but Terrence Crawford, he's not the fastest. I don't believe I'm the fastest, but he got good speed. Terrence Crawford, he's not the strongest. I don't believe I'm the strongest, but we got good pop. Um, he make adjustments. He get hit here and there. I'll probably see me get hit here and there, but overall, it's just winning the competitiveness and just each round getting better and better. I feel like that's what Terrence Crawford do. Each round he get better and better, and that's something that I model my style behind. Is just each round we get better and better and keep making adjustments.
Mm-hmm. Terrence Crawford, what he's really good at was his timing, catching you coming out of the guard, catching you out of exchanges. His timing was really good. He was one of the best fighters I ever seen switch righty to lefty. It was pretty incredible. And Terrence, when he was like in his prime, he was something else. Very great fighter to like study and mirror yourself after, and like you know, those kind of guys. Floyd, for me, Floyd was the best fighter in my mind in my era, but Floyd's style wasn't something I would tell a kid, "Hey, learn his style." I would never be like, "I want you to fight like Floyd," because I understand things about Floyd. He had God-given talent. The gods gave him speed, a gas tank, endurance, cat-like reflexes. They gave him power for the most part, but they gave him brittle hands. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Hmm.
to pull off what Floyd was doing, nah, you would have to be like you would have to understand everything. It's just too hard. But Terrence Crawford's style, Terrence Crawford, the way he fights, his approach to the fight game plan. You are here to assist me on whooping your ass, hit, not be hit, and be effective. You know, uh, he's a very strong fighter. So I see what you're talking about. So um, how do you view other fighters like the Japanese star, the bantamweight champion, there Naoya Inoue, and do you ever see yourself maybe potentially one day in the future having a mega showdown with a fighter such as Japanese champion?
I like in a way, I like his style. In and out of the ring, a lot of people they think you gotta act a fool and be crazy to gain audience and be popular in the sport of boxing. But he's an example of that's not true, he got his whole, culture behind him. It's like a movement, in a way. And he's doing it well. And I feel like that'd be like if it's in, I'd say like that's the fight that if you ask me who I'm looking at now, like I wouldn't even say is anybody in my weight class because I truthfully I think by the time I get there, they not even gonna be there,
Right.
So yeah, it's cool to talk about it now, but by the time it's time for me to be a world champ, all them guys that's there right now, they're not gonna be there 9 times
Mhm,
out of 10.
mhm,
But I do think that in a way will be around and that'll be a conversation, and people will talk about it, fans will talk about it,
right.
and it'll be like, is this guy ready? And I'm up for the challenge because I'm all about testing my skills and showing people that I'm just as good as this person,
Right.
Like,
Right.
I got
I
Keith in 8.
say it again.
He
I
said
got
he
you in 8. I got you being in with 8.
Right, listen, he
Yeah,
busts
yeah.
my balls every day on the show, and he says that either Bruce Carrington is gonna beat Naoya Inoue or Keith Cologne,
I
and
feel
he
like
doesn't.
I
Yeah.
feel like if Bruce Shushu Carrington was to fight him, um, first I want to see Shushu get the world title,
Yeah.
fight a couple other people. I'm not saying he ain't ready. It's just let's build it. Like if we
Right.
going, like
Right.
let's make it something big. It's not just like, oh, he's giving Shushu a chance. Like nah, Shushu got titles. Like he's notable. Like he's worthy to fight him.
Mhm.
And let's see how that play out. Boom,
At 126, I like it.
yeah,
See, my
and
my thought process behind it is at
Mhm.
22, you jump up to 26. Yo, at 26, they hit different than 22.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
not only that, but like he got power to carry up, you know. However, do he have power to withstand? You know, and that's what we've been seeing his last couple fights is, oh yeah,
Yeah,
he got power to carry up, but
yeah.
he got hit a couple times. He got hit clean,
He got touched up.
and
He got yeah.
he got dropped. You know, so it's like it's gonna make for an interesting fight. You know, once not even not it'll be an interesting fight for anyone once he move up to 26 because you know he's not a natural. Well, I'm not gonna say he's not a natural 126, but now he testing his greatness. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing with Naoya anyway, what makes him so far, he's established. Everybody knows who he is, but he came up from 108, so he's actually like fighting in his fifth weight division. So, when he got hit like that, I saw what I took from the fight was a guy that's used to knocking people out. For the first times, he was looking for the knockout. He got caught. He got
Right.
caught extending, which he don't do shit like that, and he got hit. But he got a good chin because to get hit flush like that, and then to get up, not have Bambi legs, and then take over the fight. Like Luis Pantera Nari didn't win 10 more seconds in that entire fight until he got knocked out. Neither did Roman Cardenas. He never landed that check hook the rest of the night. The ability that Inoue has to understand his mistake in real time. He didn't need to go back to the corner, discuss it, nothing. If you make too many mistakes in front of him, he's going to figure you out right there. He was smarter. He started utilizing his legs and he took over the fight. And when I talk about that with Frontline, I tell Frontline, yo, that shit, you can't. When I train in the gym or they train me or I train fighters, I don't know about that until it happens. It's not like in the gym, I'm like, yo, Keith Cologne, you're gonna get punched in the face, you're gonna go down, and we're gonna practice the knock me down drill. We're not going over that drill. So if it ever happens, the way you respond in the moment, whether you clinch, whether you dust the cobwebs off, how do you do? And then he answered a lot of my questions. So I was like, okay, bow. You know, so like that comes with time, I tell Funline though. Like that every fight you learn more and more and more. Keith Cologne had a decent amateur record, but he's a better pro. He's a way better pro. He's come out right now, 8 consecutive knockouts. So adjustments are like everything. You're gonna make adjustments in the ring, and it's just up to you as a fighter. So that's what I take about from that Japanese dude. I think he's pretty good, decent, special, but I think Keith Cologne can do better. Fuck it, let's throw it out. Let's be biased today. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Let's
biased
be
every
real
day.
biased today.
Hey, Keith, speaking of getting knocked down, I mean, I know it's been 8 fights and most of them been short. And I know you want to showcase your skills and showcase,
Yeah,
that you
showcase my
have.
skills, knockouts,
No, I know, but
especially.
I know in the back of Keith's head, he wants to showcase that not only can he knock somebody out, but he can go the distance and go the distance comfortably. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that being said, and talking about knockdowns, out of the 8 fights that you had, has any opponent rocked you to the point where you're like, oh, this motherfucker hit hard?
Nah, not for real.
Not yet.
Nah.
Nah.
The only thing that I say is like one of my opponents. Um, it was not my last fight. The fight before I had fought somebody with close to 30 fights. It was like on a more local show, RDR Promotions, and
Was that versus Ellis?
no. After that one,
After
after that,
Ellis?
yeah, after Ellis,
Okay.
it was he was from Colombia, like a journeyman. Um, and I remember the next day, I'm like, dang, like why my neck hurt? You know, like I ain't really, in and out. Stan told me look back at the fights, and I'm like, oh, like I had my hands up, but his punches was hitting my neck, you know. So the next day I kind of felt it,
Oh, you were
and
stiff.
even later that night. So
His name is Rashidi Hicks. That guy?
No.
No,
After him,
Wilfredo Soto.
Wilfredo's, yeah, him,
Alfredo Soto. Okay.
yeah, him. Um, so I mean, I don't know if that was his game plan to do, but I just remember like the next day, I'm like, dang, like I feel like little knots all
Mhm.
around here, you know.
Right, right,
So
right.
yeah,
So, do you know the order you are fighting in the fight and the on the card that you're fighting in?
if I'm not mistaken, exactly how if I was to guess exactly how it's shown on the flyer, that'd be the order. What I do know is that I will be on the pay-per-view um card.
The
So
main card.
yeah, I will be on that one. Yes.
Nice,
So
nice.
you're opening up the pay per view.
You might
Yeah.
be. You might be.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
As
You
they
know,
say in Puerto Rico, vamos puñeta.
let's go, bro. Let's
Got to
go because
decide.
yeah, got to start off the night right. You know.
Right. Yeah.
So keep do you see yourself in this division much longer, or do you feel like are you comfortable here? You feel like this is where you're gonna make your stand, or
Yeah. I feel like not only I if I'm being honest, this I what you guys see, we do it off like what they call the muscle. No
right,
nutritionist. Um, it's just straight old school.
right,
Hard work, run.
right,
Stay as healthy as possible. Learn as you go. But and even then, like I don't really have trouble making a weight. You know, and that was the whole purpose of like I could go down to 122, but it's just more so me thinking about where I'm gonna be in 5 years. It's like 122. I might fight for a world title, then I might have to move up quick. I don't want to be, that takes a toll on your body, just constantly draining the weight out of you. So,
right.
and I trust in my abilities. I'll share the ring with the top guys at my weight class and above my weight class. So
Mhm.
I know my skills is there. So just keep honing my skills, keep getting stronger. And as I grow, I'm gonna keep expanding my team, add on a nutritionist, add on, all the necessary things that continue to make my life easier
Right.
and for me to make the weight and do everything in the right way.
Right. And that's real talk because I was talking on my channel the other day because Tim Bradley was like saying, "Oh, Subriel Matias, if you had something in your body, whatever," he goes, if you have a nutritionist, you have a massage therapist, and you got this, and if they're putting ointment, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa." You're talking like if you were already a world champion, you got world champion money. Half these guys, we're working a job still, fight or going through school,
Yeah,
making our way up the ladder. That's reality.
right.
I was like, where do you think that everybody just off the gate? Some guys have a father that was a former world champion or something and they get a good start. Good for you. But not
Mm,
all of us got that. And some of
mm,
us is getting it out the mud.
right.
We getting this, earning it bit by bit. So I'm real glad you talk about real shit that you go through, and that um you have a small team right now, and as you go along, you start to grow with the sport. Your team also starts to grow too, and then you can
Exactly.
get all these things that will make you an even better and more superior fighter.
Right.
We're not all given gifts
No.
and hear it from a fighter. This shit is important and stuff because I'm tired of them people saying like when Shakur Stevenson fought against John Padley and he knocked him out, they criticized him for being an electrician. So what are you guys talking about, bro? 90% of the boxers still got we don't make enough money in the beginning to quit our day job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not. It's not like we hit a nice fight and we're like, okay, now I can just focus all on fighting. I'm sure
Exactly.
that day will come for you, but if we're not all, we don't all have that kind of special privilege.
Right.
And I want to ask you too, just so that the fans get to know you a little bit better and see what kind of where you've been as a fighter and the kind of fighters you trained against. Could you please name off some of the guys you sparred with? Some of
Yeah. I sparred with Dominique Crowder. I sparred with Christian Cardo. I sparred with Richardson Hitchens, Amanda Serrano, Cool Boy Steph, Stephen Fulton.
Hmm.
Um, I'm trying to see. Richard Comey, uh, uh, Chris Colbert. Um, who else? Uh, man, I've been in the ring with pretty much everybody, anybody you could think.
Yeah, you see? So I'm just letting you guys know that this young man has been around, and even with the current fighters that are fighting today, like Richard Hitchison and Comey and all of them, active fighters, this young man has gotten and inspired with them. So as he grows in the sport, I want to see more of him, and he will be fighting January 10th in New York City in the Barclay Arena. So don't miss this fight. You don't want to be that person. Where were you when that Subir
Yeah,
Matias and Dalton Smith fight kicked off? So please join, support this card and this event. It's very big for boxing. Keith Cologne, thank you for taking your time out of your day and coming on the show. I know you're a busy man. Your father told me you were training, but it's always a pleasure talking to you. Frontline, if you have any more questions, if anybody in the chat would like to answer a question, please put it in the chat. Frontline.
Hey, Keith,
what's up?
Teal versus Shakur, who you got and how?
I got Shakur via decision.
I got him being Teal by frustration. He's gonna frustrate the
My
fuck out
frustration.
of Teal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
listen.
Hitchens Jermaine Ortiz.
I'm working with my boy Africa. Feel like I feel like him too. He gonna win via decision.
You see, frontline. You had to be
Nah,
smart in that. You had to be
I
smart in
got
that.
Jermaine on that
Hold
because
on,
he half Puerto Rican.
hold on. Check it out. Frontline. You had to be smart in that, right? Because you put my man in a tight situation. He's from New Jersey. Shakur Stevenson's from Newark. Richard Hitchens is from New York. He's there. Just a crazy car right away. You know what I'm saying? He can't go against the grain. You know what
I just saw
I mean?
Africa today. He in my gym.
Look, he's in his gym today. Richard Hitchens. What are you doing, bro? You can't. You know what I mean? You
Not
gotta go with
Together.
it.
that you see that flag on my picture. That's that.
Hey,
Hey,
we know about
anybody
you.
who rock that flag, that's what I
Anybody.
fuck with.
He said, does
That's
Shakur
love.
Stevenson get on one drop of Puerto Rican? I said, yeah,
Yeah,
he got he
I
got
got
about two.
Shakur.
He said,
Hey,
I
and
got four.
After
Four.
Shakur beat him, you know I'm coming on round one, and I'm gonna talk shit about Teal, right? Like, cause he said Puerto Ricans are easy to
I
beat.
know, I know, frontline.
So I'm
I know.
gonna say they not that easy after Shakur whooped his ass.
Oh man,
Yeah.
listen, it hasn't happened yet. Don't put the cart before the horse because Tio can fight. Teal can fight, and I like this fight in a lot of ways. Of course, I'm going with Shakur, Brick City. I'm from Newark. I was born in Newark, so I'm going with Shakur. So, but
Hey
and
Keith,
Tio said
on
some dumb shit. So, but I like Tio and I respect him. I'm not a fool. That's not a fight I would
Yeah.
put money on. I would
hey
just
Okay.
enjoy
Keith,
it. I would just,
on that same card you on, there's a big rivalry between Dominicans. It's Ojo Santiago versus Henry Cedeño,
Yeah.
the co-main. How do you see that fight playing out, or do you know anything about either one?
Um. That I do know about Cedeno. However, I don't know about him. I know about his big brother. That is his big
Yuri,
brother.
Yep.
Yeah, him. Like, I remember when I fought in DR, he was still immature, and they was real high on him, and it was like, everybody's like, "Oh, you don't know who this is?" I'm like, "No, no, no," and it was like, "Man, you gotta get in tone." And then he came over here, and I always kept my eye. I'm like, "All right, I see you doing this thing, like, you know what I'm saying?" And
Yep.
but I'm not familiar. I saw, they all look alike too, so I might have did see them, and I don't even
yeah,
know.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's a little hard. I can't really put my finger on it, but overall, nah, I feel like it's a good fight.
Yo, to be honest, that whole card we were talking about it.
Yeah,
It's pretty stacked.
Yeah.
Um,
they did good.
granted,
They did
uh,
good.
yeah,
They
granted, a
did.
lot of people don't know most of these fighters. But we got JVL Sintron that's fighting. Got you, of course. Nestor Bravo's another one. He's coming from a loss. Hopefully, he can. get something from that loss and come back strong. Um, and then you, of course, starting off the pay per view card. That's just gonna be fire.
That's gonna be fire.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
you know,
fire.
it's gonna be a treat for everybody that come out. You know, this is my honest opinion.
Yep.
You know, you sometimes you go to fights and you pay for the name. You know, oh, I saw this person fight, and other times you go to fights and you get a treat as a fan because you actually get good fights. You know,
Yeah.
and I feel like these is one of them cards where people is gonna actually see some good fights. You may not know them, but
But
5 years
after
from
the
now, you
fight,
be
you
like,
will.
yeah,
Hey,
and
hold
five
on,
years
Keith.
from
Hold
now,
on
you're gonna
one
be like,
second.
yo,
I gotta clear something up real quick. Lance, that's bullshit. He's not racist. What he said was they look alike. He was talking about the Yuri and Henry Cedeño
They're
brothers.
Brothers.
He didn't know which one was which. That
They're
racist bullshit.
actually
Get that shit the fuck
brothers.
out
They
of here.
look alike, bro. Yo, dude, learn how, pay attention, man. Wow, they're brothers that look alike. Me and my
Hey,
brother look alike.
Keith, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just had to address
nah,
that shit real
Yeah.
quick.
appreciate that.
Jesus Christ. Wow. And so go ahead. What were we talking about? What was happening? Yo, Keith, I wanted to ask you.
Uh huh.
When you come out for this fight, I mean, I don't want to put a lot of weight or pressure on you, but I mean, you think you could top Jake Paul's ring walk? You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell
Uh,
you one thing. Keith got the
Yo,
swag. Keith got the swag. So I know he's gonna top the outfit. That's a
if
guarantee.
we
Cause I
can't get
yeah,
you a rapper, we'll get you frontline. All right, he'll come out on the side of you. He'll start lip singing. Yo,
yeah. Nah,
yeah.
we had, we don't be surprised.
Are we surprised? Oh,
Yeah, nah, you gotta come out to see. That's the treat
I,
about it. Um,
yo,
but no matter what, best believe it's gonna be vibey. It's gonna be
yeah,
fun. Um, and that's actually one thing that I actually you know, me and my team, if you notice, well, for people that didn't even see after my last fight, after my fight, you know, we had people in the ring throwing shirts. Like if it's an
yeah,
NBA game, throwing shirts to the fans, throwing shirts through like 15, 20 shirts. And, that's just really, appreciation for the fans. So, we got something similar coming. And just a treat for the fans along with the performance.
right. Yo, one of our Puerto Rican legend fighters made that a thing, and that's Hector Camacho, the ring walk.
Uh-huh.
He was a real showman. He used to come out. He came out one time like a fireman. He came out like a Roman fighter, a gladiator.
Yeah.
He was like he gave those kind of shows and stuff. So a lot of people try to like mirror his style or whatever. But Hector Camacho was a showman in that aspect, like that for Puerto Rico and stuff. And he
Right.
always put on a show. And then he backed it up in the ring. Then he went in the
Exactly.
ring and backed it up. So yeah, yeah, Keith. I don't want to tie you up, keep you hold it up too much longer. You look a little tired there. But thank you, Keith, for coming on, sharing some things, talking boxing with us. And it's always a pleasure, and you're always welcome here. And we're going to be in there New York City. And for those that can't be there, I know you guys are going to tune into this fight because it's going to be an amazing fight card. This is the one and only Keith Cologne. Get familiar, future world champion.
Hey
My
Keith,
man.
let them know where they can follow you at.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at official Keith Cologne, on YouTube at Keith Cologne.
Yo, you
Mhm.
got a merch store?
Now we don't got merch though. We be having some extra like suits coming and but we working on that. Nothing solid yet though.
Okay.
All right. All right. So there you go. There you go. You know where to find him. This is Keith Cologne. Good luck on your next fight. And I can't wait to see you in the ring, son.
Thank you
Best
for
of luck,
having me.
Keith.
Appreciate it.
We
Peace.
with you.
Yo, man. That young man is exciting to watch, ain't he? Yo,
Yeah, he is.
100% knockout rate. 8 fights down by knockout. What a better start to a young career. That is Keith Cologne. And he's really showing that he's coming along well. No rush, young man. In this day and era, you fight one fight and they want you to fight the champion on the next one. It's the best
Yeah,
fighting the best. Don't
they don't
listen to that
understand
shit. They don't
the way you
understand that
build a
shit.
boxer.
Right, right. You know, you develop as a boxer and as a fighter. The more you know, the more you learn, the smarter you are. Always Keith Cologne, that is a kid that if there are young girls and young men, young boys out there growing up and watching fighters, that's one to watch after. You know, he's showing you that he's getting it out of the mud. And as he gets better, people take notice, and he gets more help, and he gets better and better, and he gets the things he needs to further his career. So I can't say enough about the young man. I can't wait to see him. I had to get him on the show. So I
Hey,
hope,
let me ask you this: what do you
yeah.
think about a step up fight for him, or do you think it's too soon against T.J. Doheny?
No, well,
What do
actually,
you
I
think?
think Keith Colon can beat TJ Doheny.
Right,
TJ,
but and that'll be a good name for him too.
it'll be a good name, but I want him to stay with a little bit younger, not so names, but
Right.
to keep going that way because those veteran guys, TJ Doheny frustrated the shit out of fucking Nick Ball. And if he had a better gas tank and his back didn't give out on him, he might have beat Nick Ball, TJ
Okay.
Doheny. So it's just he's an older fighter. What he lost in a step, he gained in experience. As experience, TJ Doheny has a lot more experience than Keith Cologne, but Keith Cologne's explosive power, decision making, and selection of punches can catch up to him. So I'm not afraid to put Keith Cologne against some of the middle tier at the 126. I'm not afraid of that. I just don't want to rush him along like Fernando Vargas was, when they did that to him. We all saw when he was in the ring at 19 years old fighting world champions and
Yeah.
what that did for his career. He had a very fast and short lived career because he was in too many wars. They damaged him. Fernando Vargas, then he started getting knocked out and they fucked him up as a fighter. So to develop your fighter, bring them along the way you feel best. It's the same argument me, you, and a lot of guys had with Xander. A lot of you guys, no, he's not ready for a world title. The other half of the Puerto Ricans, fuck that. He fought enough. Throw him in with the champion. Am I right?
100%.
Right? So like,
And then they throw him in, and then they're gonna criticize.
right.
So
Because he
it's like
won.
boxing fans are never happy.
But you know, he's making the right decisions. It surprised me that Xander wanted to unify in his very first title. Wow, that's tough to do.
That
I
speaks
mean,
volumes for him too.
you didn't get no tune-up fight. You didn't fight a bum to just make sure that you completed the circle as a champion, the ritual. Meaning, amongst boxers, not a rule, but amongst boxers, champions, it's one thing to win a world title. You've done that, but you got to defend it. Now you're a champion. You're a champ when you win it. You're a champion once you defend it. You've completed it. Now do whatever you want. Try to keep it for as long, unify, whatever, but they can never not call you a champion. There's a lot of guys that won a belt and lost it in their very next fight. Just like Valenzuela, a Rayo. He won the belt and lost it. He never got that title defense. So, Xander, once again, you're not getting what are you using to practice to get it to another champion? You're going after another champion. You're very, listen, that is to be commended.
Exactly.
And then they want to say he's the weakest link at 154, but he's unifying. Where are all the
And,
tough
and,
guys that you say are better than him that don't even got belts?
and they don't want to fight him either.
You know what I'm saying? But Xander, somehow,
Is a duck.
he's a duck. He's the weakest. He's this. It's truly remarkable. It's truly remarkable. I'm just like, wow, kid. But you just can't let the hate. You just gotta let it go. You know what I'm saying? And who do we got here?
Who do you think?
Hugo.
Hugo trying to come in the back door.
Listen, Hugo.
That
Oh
motherfucker
my
be going through his fucking
What's
browser
up? What's
history.
up? What's happening? I'm coming in the back door, but I come in peace.
pause.
I don't come in with a black hoodie. I
All
come in
right.
with a bright blue shirt, wanting to talk boxing. How we doing today,
Hey,
Mike?
yo, front line.
What's up?
He has antlers. Shoot him. He's a deer. Shoot him.
But you know what it is? Que lo que. You know I'm here as a representative of all Mexican American boxing and Mexico boxing. I'm hearing this Rayo Laces title defense. I'm hearing this Fernando Vargas, and I'm here as a spokesperson to say it's a deeper, darker criminal link behind all
Whoa.
that.
Whoa. Well,
Uh-oh. We're not going down that rabbit hole.
I guess
Yes,
I could have
sir.
picked.
Well,
I guess I could have
but
picked
what's
better
up though? What's
examples. I
up
don't
though,
know. Not
y'all?
maybe not a
Salute.
Mexican example, but I told Keith Cologne, don't rush it. There has been fighters like Fernando Vargas Sr. that I feel, and I'll say this, that I felt like they rushed him too early. He was above his time. Fernando Vargas, he was real talented. But they threw him in with the sharks way too early, if you ask me. Fix your mic,
Word.
Hugo. You're fucking up.
Hold
Your
on,
And,
hold
mic
on.
is trash.
the good thing, Hugo, is that he even said that his toughest fight at 26 would be Espinoza,
A Mexican.
For
a
sure.
Mexican.
For
I mean,
sure.
he's
For
gonna
sure.
beat the shit out of this Mexican that he's fighting.
Bro, don't start for front line because you know that this
You
Mexican
know we're
has.
taking this win. You
Yeah,
cannot
we
take
No,
taking
it
this
back.
shit.
and,
This is
and
versus
I'm gonna give you
Mexico,
that.
Puerto
I'm gonna give
Rico.
you that. I'm gonna
You
give you
guys
that
took that crummy
because
ass
this
win from us.
Mexican. Last time I checked his box rec, he hasn't been in the ring with anyone that I could name, and I could be
Who?
mistaken.
Who?
Guevara?
Yeah.
Guvera
Bro,
fought.
he's been in the fucking
He
ring
was
with Leo
Santa
Santa
Cruz.
Cruz,
He fought
Shakur
Oh,
Shakur
that's
Stevenson.
true.
Stevenson.
That's true. That's true.
He fought
With Leo
Shakur
Santa Cruz.
Stevenson
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what, bro? Man, my bad, dog. Because like this
Yo,
fight,
you're not looking good as the spokesman for
from
Mexicans right
Mexico.
now.
brother, relax, man. I'm just getting off work, and I want to talk boxing, brother. But at the same time, I want to learn boxing too,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm learning new things right now, brother.
All right, well, you're gonna learn something new on January 10th. A Puerto Rican's gonna beat a Mexican. That's what you're gonna learn. January 10th.
But you know what card is gonna be released later on this week, early next week? That PBC card with Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios. And you know who's gonna be on that card?
No.
Armando El Toro Resendiz, and we're gonna defend against your boy Edgar Berlanga. We're gonna put halves and hoods
Hey,
on the
No
homeboy.
way.
hang on, hold on. You got a habit of announcing. Hey, everybody that just heard that, I gotta check that.
We gotta fact check his ass.
Yeah, you got a habit of announcing fights that have not been confirmed. You just you be announcing everything you see written and shit. So chill. So Resendiz and
Berlanga.
Edgar
Berlanga, yeah,
Berlanga. And for the WBA full strap, for the full one, not
Yeah, yeah.
regular,
I
not
know, be-
interim.
because Terrence retired and vacated all the belts. We
Yes,
understand.
sir. Yes,
We
sir.
understand.
Yep.
And that means that when everybody was saying that Saul Canelo Alvarez was going to retire, now that he threw the belts back in a pond, this might entice him to stick around.
Well, if you notice round one, good thing you brought that up, but excuse me, but all the belts are already kind of like set to be either contended for or defended because you got that WBO just ordered Diego Pacheco versus Hamza Shiraz, right?
Okay.
And then you have that WBA with El Toro Armando Resendiz with Edgar Berlanga.
And then the WBC is stripped and vacant and just hanging out there.
No, it's not, papi. The WBC is Christian and Billy for the interim.
Okay,
And
again.
he made, well, look, the thing was that he was gonna go with Hamza Shiraz, but I think it'll be Jaime Munguia going at it with him.
Well, you know what? You might have to also think it might be Saul. Saul might cut the line. What makes you think that Saul doesn't have the power to cut the line and get a crack at one of those belts?
Hey, I want y'all to take a wild guess. Who do you think I got against Resendes versus Berlanga? I want y'all to take a wild guess. Who do you think I got?
Listen,
Bro,
there's a shotgun in the back of your head, and Rosa has it. Okay, you are going for Edgar Berlanga. Okay.
Frontline. Look,
What's up?
I'm down to put money that I know that my boy Toro Resendiz will beat Edgar Berlanga, bro. This is money line. This is money line, bro.
Oh,
This is
wait a
money line.
minute.
This
Yo,
is
Listen,
money line, Papa.
Frontline.
listen, y'all
Frontline.
sleeping, yo.
Just talk, Frontline. Say something.
No, I'm just gonna hit him with something that's gonna hurt him.
What?
It's very simplistic.
Let me.
Despite the performance that you saw against Shiraz, right? Look at the performance against Canelo. You saw a different Berlanga. You saw a Berlanga that boxed, a Berlanga that moved and applied semi pressure to Canelo against Shiraz, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. He went into that fight with Oscar and Shiraz getting in his head. He
How was
wasn't
Shiraz getting in his head, bro? If anything, Shiraz was just quiet, sitting down. What are you talking about?
no
Yo, eh.
no. What I was gonna say is Oscar got in his head, and then Shiraz obviously got in his head by telling him he's gonna knock him out. So that right there alone, in the back of his head, he's like, "Nah, this motherfucker ain't not in my hometown." So it's like he has something to prove. But
Yo,
with Oscar getting his ass talking about, he's got fake fake jewelry on and fake this and fake that or whatever. That fucked that that yeah, that fucked with Belanga's with head.
well, listen, I'm not gonna let you get that one on Berlanga. That was a weak argument, Frontline, about
No,
No,
getting
bro,
his head
that's a
I,
checked.
weak
I,
argument,
That's a
dog.
weak
What are
argument.
you
I
no,
got
no,
talking
no.
it.
I'm
about, dude?
saying
Listen, but
we'll see. We'll see against the Senders. I guarantee you're gonna see a different Belanga, a more focused Belanga.
I think Berlanga just got his ass kicked. Just say he lost the
He
fight.
did. He lost against Shiraz, but
He got his
why? He
ass
lost
kicked.
because he
Now,
he
why?
let them.
Because
He
She
let
Rock
them
was
get in
a
his
better
head.
fighter. She
Come
Ross
on,
was just
bro.
a better
Just
fighter. That's
he
But
it.
was just a better
okay,
fighter that day.
He was
he
just
He
was.
was
He
a
was.
stronger fighter,
hey,
and
He
he was the
was.
most smarter fighter in there, bro. Like,
I got
cut
I
the
got
shit. Get
Belanga.
it.
That's it.
What?
I got
I know
What?
you
Belanga.
got Berlanga against
Andy,
Resendiz,
I got Toro.
but
I got
but
Toro.
just like stock chasers that's in the building right now. Shout out to you, stock chasers, but I gotta call you out on some funny shit. Don't be making bets you can't pay. All right, and then you're gonna put money on Resendiz and not try to pay
And
my
I
man
put money on
Frontline.
Toro.
All right, because we done had some people talk real greasy on the show, talk about they going got $100, and when you call them, they were sleeping. Yo, I missed the
Yo,
call because I was sleeping, and I had the 100 right here for you. I was running downstairs to get, but you were gone. Yeah, right. So look. Anyway, nah, shots
Who
fired.
you guys
I'm
bet
hey,
with?
joking.
and
Yo,
and
what?
and on that Shiraz fight, and it's not to bring up excuses, but there's a lot of funny play going on that a lot of questions haven't been answered yet. You know what
Like
I'm
what?
saying?
Like
Like
what? Like
what?
what? Like
No,
what? Bring them up.
I'm not. I don't want to bring them up because they're
Bring them
rumors and
up.
it's nothing in concrete. But when they were talking about the raps and talking about a whole bunch of other shit, it's
Come on, bro. Don't do that, bro. You're just making
no.
Yo,
Berlanga seem
I'm no.
weaker. Just say
I'm
he
not making them
lost.
weaker, bro. When he fought Canelo, did you as a Mexican fan and a Mexican supporter did you expect Berlanga to go 12 rounds with Canelo?
Didn't expect for him to go 12 rounds with Canelo because of the grudge. But now that I think about it, seeing his weight, seeing his size against Canelo, like okay, that makes sense. But bro, you can't give him any credit for that fight because he didn't win no rounds. It was a wipeout, and he got knocked to the floor, bro.
I can give him credit for surviving against an undisputed world champion. Canelo
But
only had
then,
3 belts. He
but
was
then you
unified.
can't,
He
but
was
then you
unified.
can't give Jake Paul credit for surviving against Anthony Joshua. You
You
see how
goddamn
things
right he
are?
get credit for that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, you can. Yeah, you can because of their skill level. They weren't on the same skill level. You have to give Jake Paul credit because Anthony Joshua was a former gold medalist, unified twice, heavyweight champion of the world, and this kid doesn't even have an amateur career. What are you talking about?
Mm.
So Berlanga, just
Gotta
so
give
you
him
guys
credit.
know, if you guys watch Berlanga's amateur, The motherfucker was a boxer before he even became pro. He wasn't known for knockouts or none of that shit. When he became pro and he got on that 16 straight knockout first round knockouts, that hurt his career. But a lot of people think, oh, he broke record or whatever, he tied record or whatever it was. Bro, that shit hurt his career.
Why you say it hurt
But
him? Because he wasn't going through the experience phase.
exactly, bro, that's like, think about it. If you're not getting rounds in, how are you gonna get better? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If
Hey,
you're
yo,
knocking everyone
Frontline,
out,
do me a
right?
favor. Hold on, Hugo. Frontline, do
What's
me a
up?
favor. Catch up to the chat for me.
Let me see. Let me go down. Let me go down. Let me go down.
Yep.
Belanga by TK over at Todo, says Richard.
Ah, hell nah. That's a lie.
Stock Chaser laughing his ass off.
Yep.
Then he says, my fucking ass off. Nah, if it's an official bet, I pay 100, but I'm staying out of Resendiz versus Belanga. Then Adam says Resendiz puts a lot of pressure on. I don't think Belanga can handle it. Mr. Quick says Frontline creating a deeper, darker. Lance says La Cosa de Supervisor. Richard says Naoya Inoue by TKO over Picasso. Mr. Quick says Hugo fresh off that post work Corona.
Yes,
Adam, last
sir.
10 fights went 12 rounds with Canelo. Belanga had his jab all night on Canelo's face, says Melasa. Stock Chaser says Hugo and Frontline have equal bias to their guys. Laugh my fucking ass off. Stock Chaser says literally. He said, man, Belanga had the craziest pro push ever.
Nah,
Mr. Quick said
nah. Berlanga just got humbled. That's what it
they
was.
gave Belanga 16 cab drivers to beat up. Don't y'all start, says Lance. Frontline no diga vaina, says Bubos. Bless says Belanga has more first round knockouts than Mike Tyson. And that's it. We all caught up.
All right, look. The way Berlanga's career went, kind of, it wasn't that he got like a big jump start. To tell you the truth, this is what actually happened. Berlanga came off on a knockout streak and he let fame get to his head. He started slipping in the gym and he started having a little bit lusted performance. He started hearing it from the people that they were saying, Berlanga, you're not fighting nobody. It got so much to him that by time he scored another knockout, he even cried and teared up in the ring because of all the pressure. And he was just like, I'm gonna knock him out, right? So he did that. Once he did that, when Berlanga got that fight with um Canelo Alvarez, he never deserved that fight. He was the sacrificial lamb. They saw this young, hothead kid that had good power, but he was just on a different level, and they knew it. They knew Saul could beat him. Everybody knew it. So Saul wanted a fight, but you know how Saul is. He loves a cherry pick. You mean you're gonna give me this guy? Sure, I'll take it. But don't say it's David the Monster Benavides because then
David Benavides was already out the door, brother.
then,
David
well,
Benavides
it
was
don't matter.
already out the
It
way
don't matter.
to
Don't
175 pounds,
interrupt
bro.
me,
And that's all
right?
you guys can say. Just one guy, David
Okay,
Benavides.
but wait. As long as it's not David the Monster, then he wasn't fighting, and he didn't fight a couple fights, but he likes one. So what happened in Edgar Berlanga's situation? He got rushed to the top because he played the part. He didn't really deserve it, and he wasn't on Canelo Alvarez's level. He didn't beat everybody in the middle. He a big part of Edgar Berlanga's career was skipped over. That was the process where you were supposed to start to determine if you belong in the world champions. Beat the interim guy, beat the Pacific guy,
Be a
shit like
McCormick.
that,
Be a
right?
McCormick. Beat
Right?
a
Right,
Steven
right.
Nelson.
But they went and threw him in with the lion. They threw him in with Saul. And then, so for him really going the distance with Saul like that, the way Saul dropped him, Edgar still got up. I had to give him a moral victory credit. I know he didn't win any rounds in my book, neither. But sometimes, see, I believe in that night, Saul won the fight, but Edgar Berlanga won the night. He got a lot of fans from that. And even Isa Pitbull Cruz in a loss with Tank, his stock went up. So
Yeah,
some
brother, but that was a controversial loss. That's why his stock went up. Let's not confuse the both, brother. You and
well,
I know that
hold
was a
on, hold on, hold on, hold
controversial
on. It
loss
was
with
only
Canelo.
controversy because Mexican guys were saying we think Isa won the fight. He didn't win
Not
that
only
fight.
Mexicans, brother. A lot of people were
He
saying
didn't win
that
that fight
round
nowhere.
one.
There's no way we could come up tomorrow and me and you we can get a little bit of popcorn and I'll play the fight and me and you can watch it and then you explain to me how he wins the fight. We can do that tomorrow. All right? Because there's no way he won that fight. When you
Let me
watch it calmly, you see all the clean shots Tank was getting. Even when Tank broke his hand, it made him more dangerous because then Tank started doing shit. He started being elusive, trying shit, and then when you see his other hand started like fucking up a little, Tank was still fighting, but it was all hook shots from Isa, no jab, nothing. And Tank was blocking a lot of it, and he was getting caught. He got caught
Who
with
was
his
on the
fair
back foot
share.
for that fight, round one? Who was on the
Huh?
back foot for that fight?
Tank fought a lot off the back foot because, of course, Isa's a pressure fighter. He's the kind of guy that's going to be in your face, but you got to have pressure and effective aggression. You got to land punches. So,
Was he
although
landing
he was
every
going,
other punch that he was throwing at Tank or no?
huh?
Was he landing some of the punches that he was
Yeah.
throwing at Tank?
No, he
Okay.
won rounds against Tank. What are you talking about? He
That's
was
what I'm
winning
saying.
rounds.
So then, if you mix the pressure, the aggressive pressure, the ring generalship, and the punches landed all together, wouldn't you say that all those rounds add up?
No, okay, check it out. Here's the problem with officiating a fight, and this is a great conversation right here, Hugo. By the way, because this is a conversation that needs to be had, right? Because
Sure.
when you're officiating these fights, right, and some judges award a forward aggression, some judges award effective punching, meaning Isa Pitbull Cruz could have threw 15, 20 more punches than Tank every single round. But if the judges felt like Tank Davis's punch affected Isa Pitbull Cruz more, they're going to award him the round because they're going to say the 10 punches he landed did absolutely no effect to Tank. He never went back. He blah, 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 boom, 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 and that was it. But when he punched Isa's neck snapped back. Snap. And then you can see the effect. So effective punching is really tricky because I've watched fights. I've talked to referees. Why did you score it like this? Well, his punches were more effective. He whooped his ass the entire opening half of the round. And at the closing 10 seconds of the round, if you hit the guy and he wobbles or staggers, guess who wins the round? And he whooped your ass the entire round. One punch can win you the
If
round.
we go back to the scorecards, we're looking at 113, 115, 113, 115, and 112, 116. So it was a close fight, round
Yeah,
one.
that 112, that 1-6, that was a little off, right? Don't you think? But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. But it was a
Yeah.
close fight.
It was a close fight. Just give him that though. It was a close fight for a late replacement. Was it
I'm gonna
not?
tell you right now. It was an amazing fight for a guy that should not have even survived the lights of Tank Davis the way they were selling him to you at that time, right? Tank Davis was a knockout artist. And here comes this 5'3" Mexican pit bull that said, nah, Papi, I'm not wilting under your pressure or your power. I'm not scared of you, Tank Davis. And he stood in front of Tank all night and went Tommy Dame with the great Tank Davis. And because of the fact that he's Tank Davis, they awarded him the fight, yes, but Tank did win it. I saw it. He did win the fight, but he edged it out. He edged it out in my book. But there should be no edge. We shouldn't be talking about a Tank Davis fight that goes to 12 rounds. That's unheard of at the time. He was coming off a massive knockout streak. Isa Pitbull Cruz should have never survived the fight with Tank Davis. And that's why we give Isa Pitbull Cruz the respect and the credit he deserves. And he proved it time and time again by not going on up and winning interim world titles, but now becoming a world champion too as well. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to give the man his props. Aesop Pitbull Cruz is the real deal. He's the real deal. You know, so
No, yeah, that's definitely a fact, bro. Like that's all I just wanted to get like the point across. Like I definitely think it was a really good fight. It was a late replacement, and keep in consideration that yeah, bro, that like he was a late replacement for that fight, brother.
look, Aesop Pitbull Cruz, he's been doing some pretty impressive stuff. Whenever I see a 5'3" guy all the way up in the 140-pound weight division, not only winning fights but becoming a world champion, you got to give him his credit. Okay.
Yo, bro, am I tripping or Tank has fought in the UK before?
Tank never fought in the UK. Who did he fight in when did Tank ever leave America? What are you talking about? Oh yeah, he did. Liam Walsh. He wiped him down in the UK. Yes, he did. He beat the brakes off Liam Walsh. Tank Davis. Yes, he did.
Crazy, bro. I thought I was tripping.
Huh?
And that was for an IBF.
Yeah.
That shit wasn't for no damn belt. Tank don't fight for belts.
No, Tank fought for a belt.
Bro,
he had an IBF at 130.
World Super Feather, bro. Come on.
He had an IBF at 130, and he had a WBA real title at 130.
Then wait, it was a vacant belt, though, right?
It doesn't say vacant, brother. It doesn't say vacant. It says IBF World Super Feather.
So, but who had the belt?
Liam Walsh, brother.
Oh, okay. Walsh had it.
Oh, yeah. Well, Tank had the IBF, but he lost it on the scale. He was fat, overweight, and then they stripped him of the belt because he lost it on the scale. And then he went and fought for the WBA and became the WBA champion. Then he went up to 135, became the WBA regular champion. By that time, Teofimo Lopez just got him off Lomachenko, and then ended up losing him to George Kamboza. Then George Kamboza lost all the belts to Devin Haney, and then Tank went on the 135 division with that regular belt when Devin had all 4 belts. Then when Devin moved up, vacated the belt, on the night that Tank Davis fought Frank the Ghost Martin, they upgraded him to regular full status of the WBA championship.
That's why they emailed him the belt?
Yeah. Well, they emailed him the belt before, but he denied it. Tank didn't accept the email belt until he won it in the ring. So once he fought someone with a pulse, that's technically awards you because you actually fought for the belt and they got a name, somebody you beat on that night, whether the belt is vacant or up for grabs, it's the same thing. But you actually fought somebody. He doesn't necessarily have to be a champion in that situation. It's like Xander and Chino fighting for the vacant belt. Once they fought each other, they both had a chance, an equal share to be called champion. So I am fighting a champion. It's a championship fight. You understand?
But it's for a vacant title, though, right? Because you're not taking it away from an active champion. He didn't take the belt away from who vacated that one? Terrence Crawford?
No. Fundora did to avoid fighting him, and he chose to fight Tim Tszyu.
Oh no! That was when Fundora sent that was when Fundora sent Xander Zayas a contract, but the Xander Zayas didn't think that the contract was good enough, and he didn't want to come to the West Coast to fight, right?
No. Well, that was a story that was put out there, but I can't confirm or deny any of that. But what I can't confirm or deny is what I saw. I saw Sebastian Fundora opt out and vacate the belt to choose to fight Tim Tszyu for the belt that he didn't own. If you were going to fight Tim Tszyu, you should have fought him for the belt he owned, which was what? The WBO. Tim Tszyu wasn't the WBC champion. He was the WBO champion. So in order to fight him, you vacated his old belt, what he was trying to come back and get. But you were good enough to fight because you still had a belt. You understand? So then
that's a little bit confusing right there because Tim Tszyu had already lost the belt, right? When he was with the elbow shot.
Okay,
when
no, yeah,
with the blood.
okay. He didn't lose the belt because of an elbow shot. He lost the belt because he got his ass whooped because there was a lot of blood in his eyes. It was that's his team's fault. I can't give Tim Tszyu a pass when the elbow shot happened in the sixth round. You had into the fourth round to pull out of the fight because of that cut on his head. His coach legitimately could have stopped the fight right there, and he would have remained champion. They had to have had this conversation, and Tim Tszyu said he wanted the fight to continue. So once the fight continues, don't cry about the outcome.
Hmm.
All right? So that's how I feel about that.
Hey,
Then-
Hugo, since we're talking about Keith Colon today, what are your thoughts on Keith Colon? I forgot to ask you.
oh,
Oh
yeah.
no, definitely. I seen Keith Cologne fight, and the first time I seen him fight, it was in what's that promotional company? OTX. OTX. He's fought in OTX before, right?
Yeah, he fought a couple times
Yeah.
at OTX,
Yeah,
but
Keith
his
yeah,
Colon?
yeah.
We're talking, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so like from the beginning, from like when I seen him, I thought that he was a very good fighter, bro. Very good performance. He's the young gentleman that says that he doesn't want to be signed to any major promoter, right? Because it doesn't make sense right now, right? That's him.
for now he doesn't want to be signed. Yes.
Okay,
And
so
as
yeah,
far
so
as, oh, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
so I definitely seen him fight before. I'm actually going through his box work right now. Out of his 8 wins, his 8 knockouts, he's only fought one undefeated fighter. That was his last fighter, a 5-0 with 5 wins. So he's kind of stepping up his game to Alberto Guevara. 28-8. Alberto Guevara just had one knockout in Mexico to a 16-37 fighter, which kind of gives the boost in confidence. But still, let's not take away the fact that Alberto Guevara, before this win that was at Mexico with a 16-36 fighter, he's been one, two, three,
Five straight
four,
losses.
5 straight losses.
Yeah, 5 straight losses, yes.
So I
Yeah.
mean, I guess for an 8-0 fighter, it's a very good step up, right? I mean,
Yes,
I'm not gonna
it
hate
is.
on the brother, right? That's a good
But
step
Yeah,
up,
it
right?
is. It's a
so
very good step
you
up.
as a boxing fan,
Yes, sir.
you're looking at it as a, like, you want to throw him straight to the wolves. But
Let me see.
when you're
Let me see
stepping a
here.
guy up, you got to step him up gradually.
Yeah, he
So the
only got
way
8 fights.
exactly, you can't put him in there at 20. Like, if it was up to you, you'll put him to go fight Espinoza. You know what I'm saying?
Right
Definitely
now,
not
tomorrow.
Espinoza. Definitely not Espinoza. But let me see if he's ranked in any of the major
No,
sanctions
No,
he
he's
bodies.
only
not
has
ranked
8
yet.
fights. He's not
Oh,
ranked
he's
yet.
not ranked yet.
No, he's a
Not yet.
prospect. He's that chamaquito. Let
Okay.
him grow. Yo, and as
Yeah.
far as what you're saying here about Tim Tszyu, and I guess what you're trying to
Good
say is
fighter.
that Tim Tszyu try to age out.
No, Fundero's trying to age out Thurman.
I mean, sorry, I'm sorry. Fundora try to age out Thurman. That's exactly what I was trying to say. I got tongue tied. So this is, his explanation about that. So let me tell you something about that, right? Okay. First of all, Fundora never tried to age out Keith Thurman. What happened was this. One time Keith Thurman lost to Manny Pacquiao and his confidence fell apart. He took out so many years out. He's fought like twice in 7 years or something. Keith Thurman, for first of all. Then when he was gonna fight Sebastian Fundora, he tried to cut the line, right? But he fucked up. He put his own foot in his mouth. Once upon a time, Keith Thurman got on a podcast show. I think it was Fight Hub or Fight Hype, one of those. And he spoke up against the WBO and called it a fake franchise. And that anybody that ever had an WBO championship, that he doesn't consider them a champion.
Oh, what the hell? He did that?
Because that organization is fake as fuck, he said. And that anybody that belt don't mean shit, he said, right? He went on a rant destroying the WBO. So when he went to try to fight one time Keith Thurman tried to fight Tim Tszyu, the WBO went like this to him. Fuck you. Don't you remember what you said about our belt? So much in fact, that if you pay close attention when they scheduled a flight with Tim Tszyu is the 154-pound champion, right? And when
Mhm.
Keith Thurman tried to fight him, the WBO said, nope, you're not cutting the line. We're not sanctioning the fight. The boxing athletic committee sanctioned the fight at 155, 1 pound over the weight limit so that the belt's not on the line.
Mm.
You understand? Because the WBO wouldn't sign off on it. And then Keith Thurman, he started pouting like a little kid. And he took another year off. And then another 18 months. Then he came back. He fought Jarvis there. And then he tried to fight what was it? He injured the elbow, the
No,
shoulder, and the
he
Tim Zoo.
also fought Mario
Oh, and
Barrios.
then
Remember?
Sebastian got hurt. Sebastian Fundora got hurt in the situation with one-time Keith Thurman and Sebastian Fundora. Sebastian Fundora got up because he got hurt this time. I believe his injury. But to tell you the truth, like one time Keith Thurman, he fucked up his own career. He could have done a lot of more shit after that Manny Pacquiao loss, but he took it so personal. He like, after that Manny, he just dived off of a cliff for like 3-4 years. Like, he's just missing in action. Let's get his record. Hold on. Keith
Yeah, but he
Thurman.
did come back strong and knock that dude out too.
What, Jarvis? Stop it. You're not getting credit for that.
And then he also came back and he fought Mario Barrios. Remember?
That was a good win. Now
That was a good win, bro.
Yo, since we're talking about 54, while
good.
you look up that box rec, Edwin,
Yeah.
Hugo, what you got to say about Virgil Ortiz ducking Zayas?
Bro, Virgil Ortiz did not duck Zayas. Good thing you brought that up because
No. Hold on, I'm gonna give you facts. I'm gonna give you facts before you give the opinion.
Go ahead, Papa. Go.
Let's go.
So, Oscar de la Hoya.
Hold on. Before we step to another whole conversation, we're going to be here for a while with you two guys. Let's just clear this up with one time. Keith Thurman real quick. He's 37 years old. He has 31 fights, 23 big weights by knockout, and he only lost one fight. 37 years old. He's orthodox fighter. He's 5'9.5", right? Look at let's just take it from here. Let's say, okay, here. Manny Pacquiao lost.
2019.
He fought Manny Pacquiao in 2019, right? Then he fought Mario Barrio 2022, right? 2-5, right? Of 22. Then his next fight was from there 2020 to 2025.
Damn, that's 3 whole years.
3
bro.
years in between each fight.
Damn.
Y ya está viejo. You said 37?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 37, dog.
That's too much, bro.
Yeah.
And that's why I say Keith Thurman fucked up Keith Thurman's career. He took that loss against Manny Pacquiao.
He has some pretty good names on his resume.
How about this? Since 2019, he fought Manny Pacquiao 2019, 2020, 2021, 22, 23, 24. We're going on 2026 right now. In 6 years, he fought twice.
Every 3 years.
He fought twice in 6 years. Come on, man.
Who's this?
He's acting like a spoiled brat that seems like every 3 years he'll pop up and demand a world title fight. I'm one-time Keith Thurman. Don't you know who I am? Former world champion. I only got one loss to the great Manny Pacquiao. You need me. I'm the shit. Brother, we don't even know where you've been. We can't even trust it. What kind of fighter are you now? We can't just go by the fighter you once was. That would be foolish. Like,
you want to answer this, Edwin? It says Xander picked the weakest link for his next fight and avoided all the smoke. Facts. That says Bull Rider Game Farm.
Hold on. Check this out. Right? If Xander would have picked the weakest link, he would have got a voluntary and he would have picked somebody under the top 15, a real tomato can. That would have been the weakest link. How dare you call a world champion a weak link? He was good enough to become a world champion. Where's the weak link at? He's above everybody else in the division. So watch your mouth. He didn't duck no smoke because he's fighting a world champion. Now it's
Oh
up to
shit!
you. It's up to
The
you to say, excuse me, it's up to you
Sorry,
to
sorry.
say, oh, there's other champions that are better than him, stronger than him. Yeah, that could be opinion wise. But if you're already on the top of the hill and you got a belt, you got a belt, you got a belt, and you got a belt, how the fuck you gonna say the other champions are better than him when they're all equal? They only got one belt. What makes me better than you is that I got two belts. That's when you
Bro,
would be better than me. Excuse me, I'm a
bro.
Hugo. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like when you're saying every champion, look, opinion wise, you could say this champion is better than all the other ones, but on a real playing field, you can't say none of the champions are better than another champion when you only got one. You guys are actually all equal. Ain't none of you got two belts. Ain't none of you got three belts to definitely say, I'm obviously better than you. I have more.
So then
How
I
can you
guess
be
that.
better than me
So then
if
I
you got
guess
the
that
same?
Rolando Rolly Romero is as equal, as good as a Devin Haney at 147 pounds because they're both champions, right?
That is correct. They are both champions, just like Tio, Subriel, and all of them. I always said this.
But wouldn't you say that? Wouldn't you say that resumes matter? Because look, I'm not gonna lie to you, brother.
Okay,
Bef-
resumes do matter. They do matter. They
Go ahead,
resumes
sir.
do not matter. Divisions do matter. But you know what also matters? Reality, the facts, not yesterday, in the now. I know what you did before you became world champion. I know you came from other weight divisions, just great. But if you're now entering the new weight division, Jerron Busenis, in order for you to be considered better than them, first you need to get a belt. Now, while you get a belt, all you actually become is equal. Now you must separate yourself.
Hey, I don't know if this is a troll statement or if he thinks it's actually true. But Mr. Quick says no because Teal has the ring belt.
Well, that's true. Tio's
But
the
the ring
man in the
belt don't mean
division.
shit. It
Bro,
just
stop. Stop, fool. The
Hugo,
ring belt means that you're number one versus number two. That's what happens. Boots
Hugo,
fought for the ring
Hugo,
belt
Hugo,
versus
Hugo, Hugo.
Santillan.
Right, right, Hugo. That's what the Ring magazine tells you. Their belt is an award that goes around your waist. It's an award that proves that you are the number one and you fought the number two. Once again, it is an award. It is not a belt that
Okay. Oh, I got you. Okay. Sorry. We were confused. But I want to throw this out there, guys. Please don't interrupt me. That
okay.
Xander Zayas and the Abbas Barus card in Puerto Rico looks buns. It looks ass. No names. Eru Cedeño versus Etobi Mitchell Williams. Giovanni Santillan versus Courtney Pennington. Juan Manita Lopez versus Connor
That's a
Russell.
good fight.
Like, which was a good fight?
Did you say
Juanita
Juan
Lopez
Maita Lopez?
Jr.?
Did you just say Juan? That kid is fucking,
Okay, yeah, okay. Look, we'll give him a pass. He only got 4 fights, but I'm
yeah.
trying to tell you that Eddie Cedeño is not in a good fight like his
Beauty.
brother is, and Giovanni Santillan is in an even worse fight
You want
than
to know
Eddie
something?
Cedeño.
You want to know something, Hugo?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes it's these little small cards that save the weekend. I remember once upon a time, Turkey Al Sheikh dumped a lot of money in New York City with a whole bunch of names: Ryan Garcia versus Rolly, Devin versus Jose, and Shakur Stevenson, and it was a dud. And then the very next day, he threw a lot of money in Canelo Alvarez versus William Skull. And we all saw how that played out. And you know who came and saved the weekend in boxing? This little Japanese card
Nah,
with top rank.
but that little
Yes.
Japanese guy had a great dancing partner, and let's
Wait.
not forget his
Oh,
name.
okay, but
His
whoa,
name
whoa,
is
whoa, whoa,
Ramon.
whoa, 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 whoa. That's not the. See, you're pushing the goalpost. Don't do that to me. When we started talking, I was explaining to you that sometimes these not so familiar cards can be a big night. Don't underestimate the names that are on there because the world didn't know who Naoya Inoue was, and they sure the fuck didn't know who Roman Cardenas was. But when they woke up the next day, the world knew who those men were.
Mm.
All right. So all that money that Turkey dumped on all the stars, the Ryan Garcias of the world, the Devin Haney's of the world, and the Teofimo Lopez of the world. I think I said Shakur the first time I fucked up, but it was Teo that fought against Arnold Barboza. Right? He put money in that card, did not live up to fight expectations. So when you look at this fight card in Puerto Rico, you may not be familiar with it, but I advise you, don't miss this fight card because you could be missing something special. Remember, when you're watching people come up that are hungry, they fight harder. When you
Round
fight
one, what fight card are
champions,
you going to be watching?
Wait.
This one or Teo Shakur? Let's cut the shit. It's the
wait a
same
minute, wait a minute. I'm gonna be fighting I'm gonna be watching the Xander fight. But anyway, listen.
You'll be watching the Teo.
Yeah, I have a split screen. I have 2 screens for that. That's why. Anyway, check it out. Yo, so what I'm saying is that you gotta you know sometimes you this is where okay sometimes some of these boxers sleep on silk sheets and they're fucking divas and they come out and run around the ring like fucking William Skull, right? But when you got these young guys that they're gonna fight tooth and nail for the next opportunity to get that much closer to a world title, that's when you get those explosive cards. You get these kind of cards, and then all of a sudden you see these good fights break out. So don't be fooled with that Xander card. Don't be fooled. Because
Hey, since you don't know much about Juanita, go on YouTube when you get a
that boy
chance
is exciting.
and watch the fight that he had in Puerto Rico. It was an undisclosed card by Universal Promotion. It's Juanita versus Malik Quinones. Bro, you want to talk about a banger? That fight was a banger.
Let me see here. Juanita. Let me see here.
Yeah, he's a good one. He's a good one. He's a good one.
Versus Malik Quinones. It was on a Universal card in Puerto Rico. Let me tell you, that fight alone was a banger.
Malik Malik Quiñones in Puerto Rico.
And it
Let
was
me
on a
see.
Universal Promotion card.
Universal Promotion card. Juan Carlos Santana headlined that.
I don't know who
Okay.
headlined it, but
Boxeo Boricua. Mm.
Bless,
I can't put you
bless,
onto all the fucking Puerto Rican
bless,
shit because you're gonna become
bless.
a bigger hater.
40, 57. I read your
Mr.
comment. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be watching the Xander fight. And you said because it's a unification fight. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It's a
all
bigger
right, all
fight.
right, all right.
You know what I
Bro,
mean?
but like that Teo Shakur card, it
But
has
Phil,
really
the
high
undisputed
promising
era,
facts.
he turned
What did
it
I say?
into a title grab instead of a
Mm.
defended era. Arrowed.
Snatching 3 belts. One, I'll read it to you. Bud killed the undisputed era. He turned into a title grab instead of a conquer and defend era. Earl snatching 3 belts one by one is more champion than winning them all in in one instance.
Mm.
You know that we talked about that on my show, right? Where I talked about that with you guys, right? And I said to you guys, hold on a second here, guys.
Bulbos, yes. The answer is yes.
What?
He says, "Are you guys high on Najee Lopez?" Yes.
Yeah. I like
Najee
Yo,
Lopez
Najee
is a
Lopez.
what
problem
was
at
those
I was
75.
rumors?
down at his
What
gym in
was those?
Lopez's
What was
gym. I
those
was in his
rumors?
gym with Brian Norman Sr. Najee wasn't
True.
there. He was, I think, out at the time at Florida preparing for a fight. But I was in his family's gym. Yeah, I was out there seeing his gym.
Was the rumors true that he was potentially going to be fighting Arthur Betterby, or was
I
that rumor
I
never
can't
true?
I can't
They
confirm
they 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 talked about it, but it was nothing confirmed. So it's a
Okay.
rumor, obviously.
Oh, it's a rumor. Nice.
Um,
I thought that offers were being sent. That's
yo,
the thing.
but you're not getting off the
no
hook. You're not getting off the hook, Hugo.
Oh, what's
Okay,
up?
go.
I'm right here.
Go.
Yo,
Go. Let's go.
Go.
let's talk about Virgil ducking
About
Xander
my boy
Zayas.
Virgil. Let's talk about my boy Virgil. Dog
Let's talk
sending out
about it.
offers. What's up? So go ahead, you first, and I'll give you my explanation.
All right.
Go ahead.
So
Okay, go.
now, mind you, this is all hearsay,
Yes, sir.
but according to Zayas, right?
Mm-hmm.
They send him a offer.
Golden Boy.
Golden Boy send him an offer.
Okay.
Now the offer, based on what Zayas was claiming, was weak as fuck. Meaning they didn't give him a guaranteed dollar amount. They told him that he would get a percentage out of the pay-per-view sales. Xander's response to that was, fuck that. I've never fought on pay-per-view, and neither has Virgil. So those
Mm.
numbers, we don't know what those numbers are. Now, if you were to send me an actual guaranteed purse, and I don't care if Virgil gets paid more than I do, we can make it happen. That's
Well,
a
I don't know
duck.
about the last part. I don't know about the last part. The
What do you
beginning,
have to
you were
say,
going.
Hugo? Hugo,
Okay, look. So, okay. So look. This is my counter to that. Golden Boy and Virgil Ortiz, Oscar De La Hoya sends Xander Zayas an offer. The reason they sent him an offer with Virgil Ortiz being a non-champion is because Xander Zayas is in top rank, and until this day, top rank doesn't have any executive deal to be televised. The zone does. I mean, Golden Boy does with the zone. So what Eric Gomez and Golden Boy was trying to do is get him in the table to talk. Like, yo, I'm gonna give you a percentage of the pay-per-view and an undisclosed number, but we'll give you that number when you come and you sit down at the table with us. And this fight will be in Las Vegas and a pay-per-view. And Xander Zaya said, no, I'm not going to Vegas. You guys have to come to Puerto Rico.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up
Brother, I'm
because
here. I'm here.
the original, well, let me rephrase that. What Zayas was promised was for his first title defense was to put up and show out in Puerto Rico. So as his defense, he wanted the fight to be in Puerto Rico.
I don't
You
think that there'll be a big gate in Puerto Rico as there'll be in
it
MSG
it doesn't
or in
matter.
Las
It
Vegas.
doesn't matter what
Of
the
course it
gate
matters,
is.
brother. Of course it matters.
What matters is what the champion wants. The champion wanted to do his
all
defense
right,
in
all
Puerto
right,
Rico,
yeah, go
and
ahead.
that's what he wanted. So since he didn't get that, he moved forward, and he did say we can do the fight after. I don't care where. I'm just doing my title defense in Puerto Rico for my people, and then after that we can talk. Now the after fact was the numbers weren't adding up for Zayas. Hey, they're calling you Edwin. Edwin, they're calling you Edward Little Hands.
Little hands, yeah, I got the little hands. Yo, you guys been talking. I've been monologuing. You guys is with the little hands.
Hey Hugo, you got to understand. Virgil don't call the shots. The champion calls the shots.
Not in this instance because the champion doesn't have a televised promotion that could televise his fight. Bro,
Who
they
gives a
just got
who's
into
the
Tubi.
champion?
Zayas is
Oh,
the champion. Obviously, we're not taking that
Okay,
away
so
from him. But who has a TV deal? Where are they going to put the fight at?
yeah, but you know what?
Home
Fuck
of
your
Golden
TV
Boy,
deal. I'm the
brother.
champion.
exactly, and Xander
Don't get
even
your
said it.
champion ass in a fight that has no TV. Go ahead, brother.
So wait,
The
what?
zone has that right to send out offers as part of Golden Boy because they have a television to pass their fight at, bro. The
Okay,
top rank has
they.
no leverage.
So you're saying they can't televise it out of Puerto Rico? Let's speak facts here.
It'll be hard, brother. It'll
So
be hard.
so so what's the excuse?
Excuse is that Golden Boy and Virgil Ortiz has as equal amount as leverage as Xander Zayas because Xander Zayas has the belt, he's a champion, but Golden Boy has the pay per view revenue, a TV deal, and somewhere where they're gonna pass the fight accessible to millions around the globe. That's the counter right there, brother.
Okay, so let me ask you this:
Go ahead, sir.
how much money do you think would generate on a pay per view card?
On a pay-per-view card and with a
Yeah,
strong undercard.
no, fuck the
Ah,
undercard. The headline:
bro,
Zayas
bro, you
versus
need a strong,
Ortiz.
bro. You need a strong undercard for more buyers, right? Pay
Let's forget about the undercard. People pay for the main event. People don't pay for the undercard.
People pay for
People pay
undercards.
for the.
Myself, I pay for undercards. You just pay for the main event.
I don't pay for shit. But what I'm saying is,
There you
people.
go. See. Okay, then. So, for example, you won't be putting any money in Xander Zaya's pocket, right?
I
But
would
I will.
if it's
I
a
will
Puerto Rican
though.
fighter. I'm putting money in their pocket.
How are you putting money in his pocket if you're not buying the pay-per-view, brother?
I would buy for a Zayas. You so hold on. You said you buy pay per view. The pay per view is based on the main event. That's what people pay for. People don't pay for the undercard. The undercard is just a bonus to get your money's worth. You get what I'm saying? So the main
Yeah,
event
yeah.
is what the pay per view is based off. For an example, Jake Paul versus AJ. People paid for the AJ versus Jake Paul. They didn't care about the undercard. The
Because it was a
undercard was
weak
just,
undercard. Yeah, you're right.
but it
You're
was a
right. You're right. You're
bonus.
right.
But it was a
Yeah,
bonus. So that
yeah.
being said, do you think that that card would sell on pay per view? Zayas versus Virgil Ortiz.
No,
Oh,
no, it
my
won't sell on pay per
exactly.
view. It
So
won't
so
sell
do
on
you,
pay per view.
okay.
It
So do
won't
you
sell on pay
blame?
per view. No.
So do you blame Zayas for turning that shit down when they try to offer him a percentage?
I blame him for not going back to the table and speaking with them and getting the knowledge to be like, yo, bro, let's talk facts. This is not a pay per view fight. This is not Virgil Ortiz and Boots. Xander Zayas has no name recognition here on the West Coast.
That is why Xander Zayas told Golden Boy, "Send me a contract with a guaranteed number."
They did.
I don't. I don't know. They did not. They told him he was going to get a
I'm gonna send it to you
percentage.
right now. I'm gonna send it to you right now. I'm gonna send it to you right now. Well,
How
I'm
you
gonna
going
send
to
it to
send this?
round one. Hold on.
What?
Let me
Send
see real quick.
me the purse, the amount.
No, he's gonna send you the contract that supposedly they
He's
sent to
gonna send me
Zayas.
the. I want to see this.
Puerto Rico and the deal fell out through the promotion. Look, see, look, the deal fell through due to promoter issues. Xander's top rank lacking a network deal. You
Let
see,
me ask you
brother?
this: Are you
They
on
have
Google
no
with that?
network.
Are you on Google with that?
Of course,
Yeah,
Fuck
but
Google.
okay,
See, that's
okay,
the
okay, okay,
problem.
okay. But wait a minute,
bro.
wait. Let me see if I get your argument correct here, because I let you two go at it, right?
Go ahead,
Hugo,
brother.
your argument is the reason why Xander should have took the fight is because Oscar and them got the network, and your whole argument is based off because of that. And what Top Rank is saying, okay, we're down on one knee right now. We lost our network with ESPN, but we're not giving up position because we're still the champion. So if you don't want to bring it down, go where we're going, you don't want to. And that's why in the history of boxing, this is the common thing. That's why PBC don't fuck with Top Rank or Golden Boy because they don't want to fight on each other's networks. They don't want to fight on the zone. PBC don't want to fight on the zone. And then sometimes with big fights or whatever, they'll allow it to happen when they want to play nice. They'll do it. But Top Rank was in a situation where they didn't even have a network deal for Naoya Inoue's fight. They streamed it on Facebook.
Mm.
And just to be clear, there's no boxer that ducks another boxer. Just to be clear, what happens is these fucking promotional companies like Golden Boy,
Yeah. Let's just be clear with
Matchroom,
that because if we let Ortiz go in an alley with, he's gonna fight this dude. You know, if you let the fighters go, they'll fight. Yeah, it's the promoters.
is the promoters. They get
Promoters.
that greed over. Remember, the more money Virgil makes in his contract, the more money the promotional company makes. Vice versa, same thing with Zayas. But as far as when people say that a boxer ducked another boxer, yeah, we take that shit to the next level and start calling people ducks and shit like that. But in reality, let's make it clear that a boxer doesn't duck any boxer. It's the shady
Richardson
business.
Hitchens, Doug Sabriel Matias, and 4K. I don't care what anyone says. It's not a
Well,
coincidence that Richardson Hitchens didn't want to fight Subriel Matias for the IBF, but as soon as Subriel Matias lost, he
that's a
went and
different.
said, he
That's
went ahead and
different.
said, you know what? I think I will fight for that belt.
Yeah,
That's
he ducked
different.
him in
That was a
4K.
blank duck.
He ducked him in 4K.
Yeah.
Dilo
Yeah.
que, papi, dilo que, dilo que.
Yo, man, it's true, but I
But
get
you
what
know
you're
what?
saying.
Look, bro. Look, like I salute Xander Zayas, bro. I remember seeing him on the undercards. I remember seeing him as a co-main event to Berlanga and Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend. Look, bro, he's came a long way, bro. He's came a seriously long way. Not taking anything away from him because you know I rock with my Mexican American fighters. The stars lined up beautiful for him. He got a vacant title shot against Chino Garcia that just won his biggest fight against Charles Conwell. I was there for that fight. So the stars just lined up great for him. He was patient. He wasn't so hungry as in like talking shit to people. He's humble. I like his haircuts. I follow him on Instagram. Bro, he's an excellent fighter. I'm excited to see him unify with Abbas Baraz. After that, I definitely would like to see him in there with Virgil Ortiz, or if not, a Sebastian Fondora.
Hey Hugo, your own countryman wants to know why does the Mexican keep saying "papi"?
Who?
That's a Puerto Rican thing. He said, "Why
Well,
does
you
a
know,
Mexican
bro,
keep saying papi?"
papi, tranquilo, papi. Aquí todo bien, papi, que lo que. But back to the boxing. But I definitely do want to see Xander Zayas, bro, in a big fight, bro, with a big name. You know, I would have loved to see him because if you guys remember, they were trying to heavy rumors for Xander Zayas versus Vito. You guys know Vito, right? Vito Melanenki.
Yeah.
That would have been a good fight too. However, I do think Vito moved to 160. And by the way,
He
Troy
fought his last
Isley
fight
is a
there.
and by the way, Troy Isley is a free agent at 160.
Mm.
But yeah, man, what was I about to say? Speaking about the 154-pound division, whatever happened to Sebastian Fondora with the rescheduling for the Thurman?
For the Thurman, I never got anything back from that. You know, once Thurman got out, they started throwing Aerospin's name back in the equation. They always do that. So they kind of like, you know, I really don't know. And I heard a couple rumors through a couple guys that Keith Thurman is trying to secure a fight. So I don't know. I don't know if that fight will ever materialize or what, but Xander's already unifying with this guy, and I think it's gonna wake up the division again. The new arrival, Jerron Boots Ennis. A lot of people want to see Jerron Boots Ennis fight Virgil, but like there's 50% of the people that I talk to, and another 50 they're like split right down the middle. Some of them feel that should be a fight that they should both get titles first, then fight because of the magnitude of their fighters, rather than
Mm.
putting the fight together now, and it's not going to be for any belt. It'll be for Virgil's interim belt because at least he has that, but it won't be for no major world title. So
Facts, blessed.
people are
Facts.
conflicted. People are conflicted whether they should fight now or they should both themselves try to go for belts, then me. That's opinion. That's opinion. So
Yeah,
and
Bless
Yeah,
just said Boots will get a
nah,
belt
bro.
faster than Ortiz.
Come
That's a
on, man. Yeah,
fact. That's a fact.
wow, mira, they're throwing your Mexican down, bro. What Hugo say
that's what
something?
they do to us, bro. That's what they
Say
do to
something,
us, bro. They
Hugo.
know we sell. They know we knock out
Virgil's
people in the first
scared of that
round.
smoke. Virgil's
Bro, he ain't
scared of
scared
that
of
smoke.
nothing, dog. He ain't scared of nothing, bro. You seen his last couple fights, bro. We don't do
Yeah.
tune-ups over here, dog. We don't do tune-ups over there, dog. You know, knocked out Erickson. Lubin beat Israel Madridov in a convincing way. Sergey Boychuk was a little rough patch. From that, Thomas Delorman knockout. Who's Xander Zayas knocking out? No one? Huh.
What you mean?
He,
Zenzo
he's
got a
he's
whole bunch of knockouts.
he's
Let me
styling on
see.
him though. Hey, Boots knocked the fuck out of Virgil.
No, he was.
Hey, yo, good night.
Yo, he will.
Stop
Boots.
trolling them. Stop trolling them and read the messages. Go all the way up to the top and read some of the messages all the way down. A
All right,
lot of
let's see.
people
Let
have
me
to
see.
give
Let me
things to
see.
say. I seen it.
Uh, Mega fights belong in Vegas, not Puerto Rico. Ortiz is right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Why Virgil hasn't fought for any belt yet is crazy.
Well, the
Teal Duck.
reason to
Wait,
Wait.
I'm
Oh,
reading the
Hugo,
chat.
let him read the chat. Say
Yeah,
the
he
name.
wants to. He
Say
wants
the
to.
name and read the chat.
Why Virgil hasn't fought for a belt is crazy. Teal Duck Taney in 5K. My people's always win, says Lance. Ortiz isn't a champ. He's 27 years old and he be capping. Prove me wrong, says Lance. Why does Mexico? Okay, I read that one. Devin and Ortiz, the same age, and Dev way more accomplished than Ortiz. Hitchens, Teal, and Regis go on that list. The list goes on. That's what Bless says. Ha ha, says Lance. Xander versus Boots would be fire, says Anibal. Bull Rush says, who on the chat is going to PR to watch Xander's next fight? I'll wait. Zayas versus Boots is fire. Boots will get a belt faster than Ortiz. I read that. I agree. They both should get titles, says Anibal. Anibal says Boots needs to fight Bachram first. Wonder if round one going to PR to watch Xander's next fight. I doubt it, says Bull Rider. And then Bless says Virgil changes his tune in person. Yeah, he do. That motherfucking behind the computer, he says one thing, and then in person, he says he switch it up.
When was this, Doc? Because you're like throwing so much dirt on Virgil Ortiz's name, bro. You seen his last fight, first round knockout against Erickson Lubin. People were doubting him. He
That was the
came
second
out
round.
second. Oh, okay, sorry, second round knockout, brother. You know, Doc. I mean, and we're here, we're ready for the smoke. The only issue that we're having right now, bro, is that with the WBC, Sebastian Feldora has a
Edwin,
really
you're on
good
mute.
relationship.
No one
Sebastian,
doubted him against Erickson Lubin. Stop it. No one doubted Virgil. Stop it.
bro, a lot of people.
Stop
Bro,
it.
a
Stop
lot
it.
of
You're
people were
reaching. Hey,
going.
yo, finish the chats. Finish the chats.
Then we got Mr. Quick just said politics is nasty. Virgil ducked 147 smoke off for medical reasons, dropped multiple times, then get top 154 placements, while Boots unified champ ring belt at 47, then get effed out the 54 rankings. Nasty.
So that's what we're doing now, bro. We're getting on people because of medical issues that they can't make a certain weight. That's nasty work, bro. We are,
Yeah.
bro.
He
Mr.
said
Quick says Virgil
Virgil
got the
got the
best
best team in
team.
the business. They make bro look like Superman.
Yo, best team in the business. They make him look like a
Hey,
man. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, he's the greatest fighter that hasn't had a world title
24
in
wins with
multiple weight
22
divisions.
knockouts, a
It's always the
91%
same story
knockout
with the guy,
ratio.
right?
A
It's always the
91%
same
knockout
story.
ratio.
Hey,
Here, look.
yo,
Let me go look over here at Xander
Hugo, your
Zayas.
boy's looking real bad in these boxing streets. I'm sorry, Hugo. He's looking real
hey,
bad
Come on,
out here.
brother.
hey, Hugo, just remember the internet is
22,
undefeated.
22 wins with 13 knockouts.
And
A
13 ducks.
59%
And
knockout.
13 ducks.
Yeah, boy's nasty for doing that to my
Yo,
boy Virgil, dog.
nasty work.
Don't
They're
do that to
doing
Virgil,
Virgil
bro.
nasty. That's fucked up, bro. Yo.
Bro, watch when he
Hey,
becomes a world champion, bro. I'm gonna come back in here. I'm gonna laugh at you guys, dog.
What you
He is a
mean
world
world
champion already.
yo,
champion?
He
you
is a
said
world
it
champion
when.
already.
You
When?
said
He is
the
a
key
world
word
champion.
when.
Everybody would have to
He is a world
retire in
champion.
order for him to be a world champion. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do
It's
that,
because
dog. Don't
Virgil,
do that.
you know what Virgil's problem is? He suffers from little hands. You know, many of us fighters, a 1 in 100 fighters suffer from little hands. Please send a super chat to Round One Sports Talk to help with these little hand syndromes. You know what I mean? And that's what Virgil has. He has little hand syndrome.
Don't
Hey,
do that, bro.
finish reading off that card, Hugo, for the Xander card. You
Oh,
left
and
off
by the
Okay.
at
way,
Juanita.
I'm not going to
Okay, hold
Puerto
on.
Rico for the Xander fight, yeah, but there's enough people on the island that'll show up.
So hold on, brother. So for the main event, you obviously have the Xander Zayas versus Abbas Baru. For the
Yeah.
co-main event, you have the Eddie Cedeño versus Itudi Michelle Williams, 16-2 fighter. Then you have Giovanni Santillan versus Courtney Pennington, 17 and 11 fighter, nasty. You have Juan Manita Lopez de Jesus versus Connor Russell Guild, 8 and 4 fighter. You have Yadrel Caban Herenia versus Jeremes Gerardo Torres. And then you also have on the card Carlos Hamel de Leon Castro versus the to be announced. And then you have Rohan Polanco versus Christian Gomez.
That's
So you
it.
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as of right now confirmed in Top Rank.
All right,
I mean
Hugo,
in Box Rec.
Mr. Quick got a challenge for you.
What's up, fool?
Close out box rec, right?
Okay.
Close it out. Don't look into it.
All right.
It's closed out.
Yep.
Name 6 boxers that Virgil knocked out.
Okay. So he knocked out fucking here we go. What's this dude's name? Erickson Lubin. He knocked out fucking Tyrese Hooker. Ah
Te jodiste.
Come on.
Thomas Delormian. He knocked out Frederick Lawson. He knocked out Michael McKenzie.
He
Come on, bro.
opened
How
up
you
the
gonna
box
tell me?
rec.
Yeah,
And
he
he
opened
did
up the
that.
box rec. He
He
was like,
opened it up
I
and
ain't
looked
gonna
it
look like
out
a
and
fool.
read
Hooker.
3 lines and saw TKOs and was like, la, 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 la. Right? Okay. All right.
Bro, but look, like his knockouts, bro, versus Frederick Lawson, he's a 30-3 fighter, bro. Then he knocked out Michael McKenzie, 22-0 fighter, bro. He knocked out Egison Kavanescan, 22-1 fighter, bro. Maurice Hooker, 27-1 fighter.
Stop.
Bro,
Stop.
these are
Stop
good
for a second.
knockouts.
Stop for a second. Who's Michael McCunson?
I don't
Who
know,
did he
but
fight?
Michael, okay, good question. I'll ask you.
Yeah, you're
I'll
right.
answer you right now.
You say, who? He's got a bunch of fucking owls on his resume. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Give me a
No.
name. Give me a name.
Oh, here you go, brother. Let me answer the question, brother. He's been in the ring with Dwayne Green, ex title contender. He's been in the ring with Cassie Blair, an ex title contender. Ryan Kelly, another ex title contender, brother.
Who?
Like,
Who?
come on, dog.
Who?
Who did Berlanga knock out his first 16 fights? Name them. Name them right now. Name them right now.
We never said that Berlanga was in a division for fucking 900 million years and moving up 2 weight divisions and not getting belts. We didn't say that.
Bro, Berlanga's been in 168 pounds for.
But how about this?
Bro.
How about this?
and he's
Berlanga
fought for
can
belts.
actually say Berlanga fought for belts. He
Yep.
fought for 4 belts. Your boy ain't never fought for a major world title, so at least Berlanga can say that.
Ah,
And,
damn.
he's going for it again against the Zendas.
Yeah. Wow.
Front light, like you look, bro. You won't put no money on Berlanga though. You won't put no money on Berlanga, bro. And I sure guarantee you, bro, that if I pop out $100, you won't match up because I got faith in my.
What do you mean?
Said,
Wait, no, Hugo, you wrong. He put money on Berlanga and lost it fair and square against Hamza. So stop it.
Shit, and Canelo.
And yeah, he always put money in Berlanga, so you can't say that.
Hey, Peace to
All
God
right.
got it. Hey, Peace to God got a good fight for Virgil. He says Virgil Ortiz versus making weight.
He's been making weight, dude.
Hey, yo, this chat is ruthless.
Hey, y'all boys cooking. Put the apron on. Y'all boys is cooking on me right now, dog.
Yo, Xander, a world champion, though he didn't need these knockouts you speak of, and he's a world champion. Woo!
No, yeah, he is a world champion because, like I told you, brother, the stars lined up for him very well.
What do you mean
And
the
I'm not.
stars lined up.
No, it's because he wasn't afraid to take
Okay,
challenges.
hold on. Wait.
What challenges did he take?
Hold on. You sound like the guy.
No.
You wait. You sound like the guy, right? At like a preacher that says everything young David got after killing Goliath, right? But what you fail to mention is he had when David asked for to be king, God sent him Goliath. He didn't send him a little challenge. You want to be king? You want that's what he sent them. That was his challenge. So when you send these challenges to a fighter, Xander fought the best number one contender in the world because Chino
Who?
beat Conwell.
Bro,
Chino beat Conwell to be the number one. Don't try to diminish him.
he was the number
Conwell
one,
was
brother.
the number one. And that was it. And Chino wiped him down. He beat the man to be the man to get an opportunity at that vacant belt. And no sooner that Xander beats him, all of a sudden Chino ain't shit. No, well, that's what I'm talking about. Virgil. When Virgil wanted to be champion, God said to him, "You want to be champion?" He sent him Terrence Crawford. But you didn't take the fucking challenge.
Bro, what's a bigger challenge, bro? To fight for a title
No,
versus
no,
Chino?
Hey,
you gotta
hey,
fight that.
hold on,
If you want to
up.
be a king, you
Yo,
gotta
hold up,
fight
Edwin.
Goliath.
Edwin, hold on.
You
Yo,
got
shout
to
out
fight
to
Goliath.
shout out to Peace to God. He became a member, level 1 contender.
That's what's up. You feel what I'm saying, my dude? The road ain't easy. Every time you
Easy for
can't.
Xander Zayas because he's
No,
never
it's
faced
not. No, it's
the
not. He
road
fought
was easy
Chino.
for
That
Xander
Chino was
Zayas.
the number one. Don't water it down. No.
Bro,
There
Chino's
was no
been-
easy road for Zayas. I don't want to hear that. Because when Zayas got an opportunity and he got the phone call, guess what? He accepted the challenge. But when your boy
But it wasn't no
Ortiz got
Terrence
the phone
Crawford.
call,
It wasn't
he
no Terrence
denied
Crawford,
it.
though. It
He
wasn't no Terrence
denied it.
Crawford.
Terrence Crawford didn't send the contract or make the call.
Well,
But
hold up. Your boy Virgil Ortiz was the number one mandatory for over almost 2 years. He didn't have to make him an offer. He could have just put in the paperwork and they would have forced the fight or stripped Terrence. What are you talking about?
When at 147?
At 140 and then at
147.
147, yes, 147, right? Yeah, because at 140, that's he got all the belts, then came up. Yeah. But what I'm saying is when he was wait a minute. Virgil was his mandatory in 2 weight divisions.
No, don't do that, bro. You damn well sure, bro. Stop, cut the cap.
Hold
bro.
on. Wait. We'll put it on the screen. We don't have to argue.
Wait. We'll put it on the screen.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'll put up Terrence because
Yo,
of the fact that
Hugo, you down bad just like Virgil
this
now.
is what I'm telling you, Hugo. That in life, sometimes shit, if you want to be king, sometimes there's no easy road. Sometimes
it was an easy road
you
for Xander
pray to
Zayas.
God,
What-
I want to be a
what
world
Xander-
champion, God. I want to be a world champion. And he answers your prayer. But you got to accept the challenge.
Yeah, but then my boy Virgil Ortiz didn't get called for a vacant title shot against a guy coming off his biggest win, right? Answer me that question. Answer me that question.
What?
Hugo, you're moving the goalpost.
Yeah,
My
you
question to you is: there's different routes to become a champion. At the end of the day, you're gonna be called champion.
Yes,
Some people
and what,
have it easier.
and what
Some people
Edwin is
have it
trying
easier.
to and what Edwin's trying to explain to you, it's not Xander's fault that Chino beat the man to get in position to fight for a vacant title. Virgil had opportunities.
To fight for a vacant title?
No,
Versus
to fight
a
for an
guy that
actual
didn't have-
title.
An actual title.
An actual title.
I need
And
Laura.
he never took
Well,
the shot.
give us a vacant title shot then. Give us a vacant title shot.
Order
Versus a
that.
guy that we don't know.
Fight.
Do that.
Fight. It's a good fight.
That's
Listen,
all I'm saying,
all I'm
brother.
saying.
Velada versus Joanne.
Fact, Chino came to win. Yeah, you know it, my brother. You know what I'm saying? What were you saying? Go ahead.
No, fact, Chino came to win and was desperate, leading with his head throwing wild shit. Zayas just too skilled.
Too skilled. He outboxed him, bro. And that's
So-
what I saw. And
so
then
what-
and Chino outboxed Conwell. So when you're saying this and Xander was given the opportunity, let's remember that Xander was actually chasing down Goliath. Fucking Sebastian Fundora, 6'6". How many people have you ever seen walk up on Sebastian Fundora besides probably Keith Thurman, right? Xander met him at the locker room and let's do a face-off. And Sebastian's sister, Gabriella, said, no, keep it moving. He tried to corner him in.
Nasty.
So Xander was
Nasty,
going
nasty,
after the biggest
nasty.
guy.
Trying to
in the
come in and steal
division.
our shine. Trying to come in and steal our shine.
You know,
That's what fighters do though. They call out the person they want to fight.
right.
Unlike Virgil will scream out the top of his lung, "I want to fight so and so," and when
And
the
not
time
never fight
comes,
him.
he don't fight him.
And never fight him.
Because
He's like,
stuff
bro,
don't
that your
line up
boy's
for us
looking
right
real
now,
bad.
bro.
Your boy's looking real bad. So check this out. Let's finish the story. Not only did Xander try to corner the giant in to fight him, but he punked him for his belt. Virgil did the right thing. I mean, I'm sorry. Xander did the right thing. Xander put in the paperwork to the WBO to put pressure on Fedora to fight him.
And then the
Fedora,
WBO, because they're Puerto Rican and they favor
oh,
Xander
stop it.
Zayas,
Oh,
of
stop it.
course they win. Of course they
Oh,
win.
okay.
Fuck
Hugo. You're gonna take that back because I don't know how many times have I heard you say, "Oh, they always trying to shit on the Mexican belt because it's Mexican, it's the best belt." So don't do that, right? So, and another thing is that when he tried put in the paperwork, Fedora was given an option. Hey, Fedora, come here. What? Here's your options. Xander Zaya, right? Zaya, put in the paperwork to fight you. You can't fight Tim Tszyu. You got either you fight Xander or you're gonna have to vacate that belt. He was given an option. You know what he chose to do? Vacate the belt to go fight Tim Tszyu. Because his manager said Tim Tszyu sells out and over there in Australia, it's a bigger fight, money. But he wasn't thinking about legacy. Because if Sebastian was a real one, he could have said, yo, Tim, wait for me 1 second. Let me go whoop on Xander's ass, spin the block. I'll still have 2 belts, and I'll fight you over there, not for 1 belt, but for 2. Now, that would be a champion. But instead, he vacated
so the thing
belt.
was, no. Look, bro, it went down like this. Sebastian Fundora was being a man of his word because Tim Tszyu had given him a title shot.
It don't
so
matter.
That's why.
Wait. Hold on. So
Hold
you're
on,
talking
brother.
to me.
Let me,
You're talking to
brother,
me.
Let me finish.
All right, go ahead.
Let me finish it real quick. Because Sebastian Fundora had gotten the title shot against Tim Tszyu, and Sebastian Fundora was doing the honorable thing as a man and promised him, bro, get better, get that shit stitched up, let it heal, and I'm gonna give you a title shot back, bro. I'm gonna be a man of my word. So instead of going back on his word that he already gave to Tim Tszyu, he's like, you know what, bro? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna give you a title shot no matter what, and we're gonna make money. And Xander Zayas, because he's Puerto Rican and he got the favoritism from WBO, what Bob Orders had that title going to him, brother.
Okay. It almost sounded like you said something. You were this close from actually saying something, Hugo, right? But let me tell you, what would stop him, right? You say he honored Tim Tszyu from fighting him. He could have still honored him with just 1 fight later and had 2 belts and made the fight even that more lucrative. He could have still kept his word to him, said, I'm going to fight you, but let me take care of my mandatory, get it out the way, and then fight you. If you were so convinced you could beat Xander and Xander wasn't nothing and he's the weakest link in the division, then it should have been easy work. And you still keep your word because you're still champion. Because you're going to, according to you, you're going to walk through Xander. So that should be no problem. And you're keeping your word, keeping your gold, not losing anything as a status as a champion. Because remember, all these belt strips and being vacated, it might not seem like much now, but when you retire, just remember when Saul Canelo Alvarez was stripped of his belt, right? And he became 2-time 160-pound, people are looking at like Saul's 2-time undisputed at 168. And I'm like, no, that's not a positive. That's a mistake. That's wrong, right? Because when you get stripped of your belt, under the definition, the rules say the champion did not complete his obligations as a champion, so thereby the organization stripping him. It means you weren't living up to your standards as a champion. That's not a positive.
And that's the same situation Subriel is in right now because he wants to give Cuello the rematch.
Right. That's not a
But
positive,
he has an obligation to defend against Dawson
that's
Smith.
An asterisk. So when you look at that, Saul Canelo Alvarez becoming 2-time, they're going to question him. Why did you have to become 2-time? What happened? It's going to come out that he didn't meet the standards of a champion. That's why they gave Usyk the opportunity to take the sword and put it through his own belly. Meaning, they told Usyk, "We're gonna strip you if you don't fight Dubois." He said, "I'm in a contract with Tyson Fury." They said, "Well, then here's the sword. We won't embarrass you, and we won't put that ugly mark on your report card as a boxer. We won't put that F on it. But if you vacate the belt, you won't be stripped." So it doesn't go as a blemish if you vacate, because everybody can vacate to move up in weight, no longer wants to be the champion. They give you the honorable way out. But when they have to strip you, oh my God, that's terrible. It literally goes down. You did not meet the specifications required to remain champion. That is not good. That is not good. So when all these stripping and all, like right now, it doesn't seem like it's much. But when you in your career, they're going to look at you what you did. That's when it's going to come out, bro. And I don't want to go down as a champion that they say I was stripped. What? Que bochorno. How embarrassing. You could not meet your obligations as a champion. The organization didn't believe in you, and they took their belt from you. You didn't even get beat for it, but you didn't want to fight the guy that they had ordered you to fight. You're not a champion, and you're not good enough to represent our organization. Give us our belt back. That is embarrassing.
This is where you come to learn, like, Hugo. This is where you come to learn. Round one sports talk.
Cooking like a motherfucker. No. You know what, bro? I just learned something, and thank you again for always teaching me stuff. Round one. That's why I'm always here in your panel, bro, and I appreciate you for having me. But I've never thought about it like that.
I learned from you too.
What was I about to say? So that's like a very good thing, right? Because if we go down the history books now, so then how the WBC stripped Terence Crawford from being undisputed. Do you think down the line that'll affect him down the line when he does that petition to be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. All those come into points. It's like a chart, and then see what happens is, as a boxer, when your career is closed, they, 5 years later, they see if you're eligible to get in the Hall of Fame. Sometimes you'll get in that, sometime on the next one or whatever. And what happens is once you're in there, then the real boxing heads look over what you did. Then they start to see if you can enter the room, but you got to meet the qualifications. How many title fights, how many title defenses, how many weight defenses, how strong of a champion, how long was your reign, how superior was it, and who were your opponents. Then they tally all of that up, and they start to talk if you can enter certain rooms to be considered an elite, all-time great fighter. An elite, you got to enter the elite room. And there's a lot of great fighters in the great room, and then there's a lot of fighters in the good room, but all of them are in the Hall of Fame. But there's special fighters. Of course, we have special fighters like Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was bigger than boxing.
You know what, round one? Please educate me in this one, because I don't want to live with this. Like, how the fuck did this guy even get ever in the Hall of Fame? And as a first ballot, how the fuck did Timothy Bradley Jr. ever get in the Hall of Fame?
It's simple. Simple. Timothy Bradley got a job being a boxing reporter and an analyst. The people that look over the boxers that go into the Hall of Fame are who? Boxing reporters, analysts, coaches, but they're never boxers. When Bob Arum has a right to pick a fighter, they send him a ballot. People like that, people that got massive years of boxing knowledge, and there are a lot of old men. A lot of those guys are stubborn because they're still stuck on their old fighter. But Tim Bradley got a job and started rubbing elbows with them every day at work, drinking coffee, laughing. Hey, we like Tim Bradley. He's a cool guy. He calls fights. And I think that Tim Bradley got in there because he made friends with a lot of people, and they liked them. Because the Hall of Fame, it's not like there's a machine sitting there tallying everything up and it's being unbiased. It's like 100 people, and every year the list, some people opt in, some opt out, and some people do it and they pick who's going to go to the Hall of Fame, and that's how it goes. But that's why Manny Pacquiao stalled it out for as long as he could, because they were going to relook Manny Pacquiao's record. Manny Pacquiao just got inducted in the Hall of Fame last June.
Yeah.
Right? So,
yeah.
And he had the 5 years, and then he came back. So they should actually take him out the Hall of Fame. But they already recited it, looked over his record and everything.
But he has a phenomenal, like, Hall of Fame career. Like, why wouldn't they put him as a first ballot? Like, what? Like,
because okay. Manny Pacquiao is a Hall of Famer, but it's a suspect.
Why?
Okay, because it's no fault to Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao did none of this. Manny Pacquiao is actually an innocent bystander in this whole equation. He never asked for any of this. The boxing gods saw that Manny Pacquiao was getting knocked out at a point in his career, and they had a boost up that he was 8th division. And then what they did was they went on a rant about how great he was and that he was actually better than Floyd Mayweather. When you make all these accusations and you dress them up like this, when you walk out of the store, the alarm started going off. Because what happened was Manny Pacquiao, first of all, is a great fighter. I love him. He's a Hall of Famer, one ballot. He's a legend. I'm not shitting on Manny Pacquiao at all. And like I said, he did none of this. These were the managers and all the other people's ideas to do this to him. Okay, because Manny Pacquiao never asked for any of this. All right, so I'm being clear. It's not like Manny Pacquiao was behind the scenes going, I'm going to do all this. No, he did none of this. Okay, he didn't deserve this. So when they did this, Manny Pacquiao was going to go into the Hall of Fame, and they went through his resume. They started realizing Manny Pacquiao was a repeated fighter. He fought one guy 3 times, Tim Bradley 3 times, Marquez, 4 times. He fought this guy 3 times, this guy 2 times, but they're the same name. Even though you fought that guy 4 times, it's still only one person. You just fought him 4 times. Even though you fought Tim Bradley 3 times, that's still just Tim Bradley. That's just one name. So when you start to take his names, his resume shrinks dramatically. He was a repeated fighter. Manny Pacquiao loved fighting the same guy. But
these are legendary guys.
I don't. Okay. Wait, don't change. Just stay focused.
Okay.
On what I'm saying. I know who they were. I know they were legends. I know that Manny Pacquiao is a Hall of Famer. He is a legend. The fights that he brought us, all the blood, I can't thank him enough. I'm not questioning who he fought. I'm questioning the amount of names he fought. Although he fought that guy, he fought him 4 times, 3 times. And when you start to add all that up, Manny Pacquiao's record shrinks. Because even though Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder the 3 or 4 times, he only lost to one guy at that time, Deontay Wilder. He might have lost 3 fights, but you lost to the same person. That's only one name. Do you understand?
Yes.
So at the end of the day, I can't give you credit for Tim Bradley. I can only give you it to it once. He's only one individual. So that's when his record shrinks. That's when the 8th division turns to a 6. And a lot of shit, and then it was gonna really make Manny Pacquiao look bad, and he never asked for this. He was gonna be exposed on the 8 that it was a 6. That me and you figured it out on the chart. You have to admit it was he only got 6. They were gonna figure out that his record wasn't as big as it was once you count them only one time. They were gonna figure out all these things. So I think that Manny, he was going to have a lot of explaining to do because this was all going to fall on him and it wasn't his idea. He doesn't have the power to do that. So when the promoters and the top big wigs that do have the power that made out that outlandish story about him being in 8th division that said, oh, he fought all these legends, Manny Pacquiao is a true, Hall of Famer and everything. And when all this stuff came out or was to come out, there was gonna be they're gonna turn and look at Manny. You got some explaining to do. And but like I said, I don't care. He fought legends. He fought Hall of Famers. Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is the shit. Okay, he was a fucking explosive Filipino fighter that every time I saw him fight, I walked away with saying I got my money's worth. He was in a lot of blood fights, a lot of blood everywhere, a lot of fast pace, speed kind of. Oh man, listen, Manny beat the brakes off Oscar De La Hoya. He stopped him.
Bro, come on, man. Why you gotta bring up him, bro?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry because I'm talking to Hugo and I gotta get my jabs in the way I can because Hugo gets them in, so I gotta get them in. And
he retired him, right? He retired him.
Yeah, he retired him. He retired your boy. Yeah, and then he went back to putting on stockings and wigs and whatever.
Come on, bro. That's unnecessary, dog.
Yo, I'm sorry. On, I had to take 1 or 2 shots. I'm sorry. Yo, you tried to rock Xander Zayas earlier on the show, and I remembered it. Okay, so you know what I mean. Hold that. You know what I mean. But anyway, listen, my brother. No, all jokes aside, man. There is no fighter that I consider to be a coward. There is no fighter that is scared of any other man. Your boy, I might fuck around with you and we'll talk boxing back and forth, but Ortiz is not scared of anybody. There might have been a lot of misfortune events. Maybe he didn't think he was ready at the time. I can respect that, right? And then by the time he was ready, homeboy left the division, but truth be told, I don't think none of these guys, anybody that makes a career coming up the amateurs in boxing, you are a fighter. Win, lose, or draw, I commend you for lacing it up, getting in the ring, and giving me something to watch. I could sit here, criticize boxers, break it all down, but they are the real warriors. They're the real warriors. And to the person that said, what's wrong with boxing because I watched Jake Paul fight or I watched this fight or that fight. I'm on a different side. I report boxing. I have a boxing podcast based on boxing. I must watch as many fights as I can. And if it's a hot topic or a fight that's moving the needle, whether you liked it or want to watch it, guess what I got to do? Watch it. I'm not a particular fan of an individual fighter. I'm a fan of boxing. Boxing first, then fighters second.
Fuck that. I'm Puerto Rican boxing. That's it. Everybody else fucking sucks.
Listen, talk about it. There's some people that feel like you.
How many world champions you guys got for life?
We got more than y'all do. We got more than y'all do per capita.
That's all that's important. Hey, yo, didn't you guys just lose 4 belts? Where'd you guys lose them? Check his other pants. Maybe check his jacket pocket.
Oh, wait.
His jacket pocket might have left him in there.
Canelito Alvarez? Of course, bro. But how many people did we take the belts from? We went one by one on the undisputed run. We didn't fight one person.
See, we do amazing shit.
What 100% of boxers do. They typically win it one by one.
No, not Terrence Crawford. He didn't do that.
Yes, he did at 140. Yes, he did.
Okay. What about at 147?
No, he beat one guy for 3 and won one. He beat one guy. He beat one
Exactly.
dumb Mexican that thought he can beat him.
Ah,
All right.
bro, watch out! Don't do that, bro. Don't do that, bro. For real,
Hey,
don't
Yo,
do that. What is it, brother?
we do amazing shit. We go to Japan and we take a belt, like
and we take a belt. That's
René
what we
El
do,
Chulo
baby.
Bro,
Santiago.
keep that guy as far away from as Bam Rodriguez. Cause
What?
I'm telling you,
We're not
bro.
scared. Tell
Bro,
Bam
it's a
Bam
Rodriguez
different
to
weight
come
Rodriguez.
outside
class,
right
bro.
now.
You're talking about 108 versus 118.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Why are you trying
118.
to?
Let me
Why are
see.
you
Hold
trying
on,
to
hold on.
rush
No,
my
no,
guy
no,
from
no, no, no,
108?
no.
El Chulo's at 108. Oscar Collazo's at 105.
Man,
What?
Oscar Collazo, bro, he's gonna stay at 105. He don't want to come up out to 108 with
What?
Ricardo Sandoval. Come on, bro.
What
You
you mean?
swear he wants to
Oscar,
come
go
up
up there and
here.
smack that man right now. Yo, Oscar, chill. Don't do it.
Ah.
Don't do it because he'll just do it right now.
Oscar
He was on his
Collazo.
way
Keep
right
that
now
boy
until I
down
just told
there.
him. I was like, yo, chill, Oscar. See?
Yo, Collazo's a problem.
Nah, he's nice, bro. He's fucking nice. I was breaking down some of his fights
He
not
was
too
losing
long
his last
ago.
fight too.
What you mean losing?
He
Losing to
was losing
who?
the last fight versus the Filipino.
He
You
wasn't
know damn
losing
well
that
he was
fight.
losing. Ah.
How did he
You're
win?
crazy.
That's the question. How did he win?
Wait a
Well, he
minute.
won because the corner threw in the towel when there wasn't
Whoa,
supposed to throw in
what
the
they do?
towel.
Say
What
that
they
again.
do? How did
What
he
they
win?
do?
By mistakenly throwing in the towel.
Mistake. You don't. That's not a
There's no
mistake.
mistake on that.
A few moments later.
Here comes the towel.
No mas.
Oh shit! No mas. Oh, fight's over. Yo.
Where's your
And the
boy at?
winner
Oh, your
is.
boy that 10. Oh no, wait, your boy that 108. Let me see who I got for that little dude.
That's
I
what I
got
told
someone for
you.
him.
You ain't got
Who do
nobody.
you got?
You ain't
He's
got
a
nobody.
unified champion. Who you got? Because you
The
ain't got
other
no
guys are
champions
from
in that weight
Thailand. The
class.
other two champions are from Thailand, so you don't got nobody.
Exactly.
You don't got nobody.
Man, dude, Oscar Collazo better bring his little ass up and fight Rene Santiago. Puerto Rican on Puerto Rican crime.
Nah.
Let's cut the
Why
No,
would
caps.
you want to do that?
Nah,
You don't want to do that.
no, I don't want
Nah,
my
we
Puerto
want to beat
Rican
up on
better fight each
Mexicans.
other.
Bring me a Mexican. Alright?
I got a couple Mexicans actually right here. Top 2, top 3, Sergio Mendoza Cordova. I got Eric
Ooh.
Baldillo. I got a couple Mexicans for you, dude. But you guys won't take that fight though. I got Daniel Valladares. I got Eric
Danielle does
Baldillo
not
at number
deserve a
1.
fight. He hasn't fought anybody.
Gustavo Perez Alvarez. Oh, bro, we're stacked down there too with the little guys.
Yeah, they just got to win. You know, my guy's a world
Carlos.
champion, so obviously we're winning. So I don't want to like rub that in, but you know, I'm just
No, well,
pointing
it's
out the
okay.
obvious.
Look, Round 1. Perfect.
What?
You guys stay down there at a 105 and at 108 because here at 112, I got Ricardo Sandoval, unified world champion, and at 115, don't even speak about Bam Rodriguez.
Yo,
And you know what?
You're getting all hyped and everything because Rodriguez is not too far away in 118. He can lose a couple of pounds and go down there and handle your boy real quick. All right. So, you know,
You know what I think is a perfect look. Good thing I'm seeing this. A perfect fucking matchup for Bam Rodriguez. He's gonna try to go undisputed. The one that has the other belt at the IBF belt at 115 is gonna be Wilbaldo Garcia Perez. Doesn't he have a fight coming up?
yeah, I think so.
Isn't he gonna fight in the
Where did
this
I
Saturday,
see
puppy?
that? Where did I?
Yo,
Yeah, where did I see
hey,
that?
Bull Rider just said that Virgil Ortiz ducked Charlie Zelenoff.
Damn,
Come
the
on,
list is
bro.
getting longer and longer and longer, bro.
Bro, we talking about other fighters here too, dog. Come on, man.
Yo, listen, just sign Virgil out of witness protection. Just sign him out. Tell him to come outside. It's safe. You know what I mean?
Ooh, perfect, bro. Wilbaldo Garcia Perez. He has the IBF world title at 115. He's gonna fight Kinshiri Tijari.
He's about to lose to that Japanese dude.
Let me see who's Kinshiri Tijari. Bro, keep in mind. Nah, how the fuck is this guy getting another title shot when he just lost to Ricardo Sandoval? Man, this is deeper darker criminal link here.
Maybe
Nasty.
you guys are trying to get an easy cherry pick. Ask yourself that.
Okay. Anyway,
All
though,
right
if we
then.
can unify with him, the best option for Little Bam will be to go up to 118 and fight for
Got to
that
be.
WBC title
Got to be.
versus Inoue.
Inoue. Takuma Inoue.
Oh, we beat up on that dude. Make his
You ain't
brother
gonna
come
just
down.
beat up on no Inoue. No, you're not.
Nah.
You're gonna have to do that. I got Bam Rodriguez in that fight, yes, but because Inoue, his little brother, is not a big puncher at all. He could be beat. He's not like his brother, but he's a skilled boxer, and he knows the ring. He knows how to work his way around the ring. Bam Bam is a better puncher. I think Bam is a bit more creative with his style and his selection of punches. Like Bam really
And his
plays with
footwork.
his food. He really does, right? I don't know if a lot of you caught on to this, right? But in the post-fight interview, you gotta listen sometimes what Bam be saying, right? Remember when Bam fought Martinez, right? And I think it
When Bam
was
fought Martin. Okay, yeah, Puma, yeah.
Martinez,
Yeah,
Puma,
yeah.
right? Okay. So, I think Puma, his last fight, he knocked the guy out in the 10th round. Puma knocked the
No,
guy.
didn't he go
No,
the distance with the Japanese dude? His last fight?
Yo, I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow. I'm out.
yeah. He went the distance. It was 12 round, right? It was
Yeah.
something. I forget what it was that Bam said. Something about the 10th round. And he went out there and he knocked him out in the 10th round. I gotta go back, check on my history on that, what his comment was about. But I knew going into that fight that the 10th round meant something to him, to Bam Rodriguez. And when he decided to end the fight, bro, así mismo fue. He walked out there, 10th round, and he went slip, boom, and knocked him out. He made it look easy. It made me feel like he could have knocked out Puma whenever he wanted to. He
He was
softened
just trying to
Puma's
get in
up.
the rounds, huh?
Yeah, he got in a few rounds because I swear to God, I know this to be a fact. I remember even Garcia talking. It was something that he said about the 10th. Something I think Puma said he was gonna stop Bam in the 10th round. I think that's how it went. Puma was on something and said that he was gonna stop Bam in the 10th round. So Bam stopped him in the round that he predicted. It went like
No,
that, I
yeah,
think.
bro. Look, bro, like,
Bam's dangerous.
man, they're finally giving him the credit, bro. But Bam Rodriguez, bro, like he has a spectacular a winning streak, bro. He has some names in there. They're not big names because unfortunately these guys
He's
weren't
got
giving.
old legend names, Chocolito. He's got some big
No, bro,
no.
bro. I'm sorry, brother, but don't speak about Bam because I know a little more than Bam than you do. Bam
Okay.
never fought Chocolatito yet.
I mean,
He fought Gallo Estrada.
Gallo Estrada. I'm sorry.
Gallo.
Gallo Estrada.
Gallo
Why did I think of
Estrada.
Chocolatito right now? I don't
Because
know.
they sparred together. They sparred
Probably.
together.
Probably.
They sparred together.
Estrada.
But
He
look,
fought Estrada. I'm sorry. He fought
he
Estrada.
retired Sonny Edwards. He
Yup.
knocked out
And Sonny
Gallo
Edwards was the
Estrada.
world champion. That was a unification.
Exactly. And then for the Gallo Estrada, he actually moved up in weight and challenged the man in the division, which was Gallo Estrada for the WBC. Gallo Estrada had it. He won that one. From there, he had a title defense against Pedro Guiberre. From
Yup.
there, he had the unification fight with Cafu.
With one.
No, with Cafu.
Oh, after. Yeah. That was. I'm talking about the fight
after.
before. You're talking after
Yeah.
with Kafu. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then from there, he just unified with Puma.
With Puma.
So
With Puma. After Kafu, he fought Puma.
yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yep.
So man, like this kid has a bright future.
No.
Hopefully he gets the winner of the Tishiro and the other dude this weekend. Hey, speaking about that round one, have you looked at the time zone for that one?
For what?
For the time zone
For which one? For what are we talking about?
for Saturday, Inuge versus Picasso.
Oh, it's gonna be in Japan. It's the same time it's always in Japan, 7 o'clock in the morning. And I'll double
Yeah.
check it. I'll double check it
No,
again.
for over here on the West Coast, the start time is gonna be at 1, bro, a.m.
1 o'clock in the morning.
If over here, 1 a.m. the start time for the card in general, for the card in general.
All right, hold on. Let me check this out. 1 a.m. and it's in Japan.
No, it's not in
Oh,
Japan,
it's in
bro. It's in
Riyadh.
Saudi.
Oh, it's in Saudi. It's
Yeah.
in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What the fuck?
So look, it says
Why
right
am
here,
I slipping right now? Huh?
broadcasting time, 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific, but the main event is gonna be around 7:57 Eastern, 4:57 Pacific.
So that's
I'm,
gonna be 4 in the morning.
uh, uh, no, well, it's gonna be like 8 in the morning for you guys, 5 in the morning for me on the West Coast. Start time for the main event, for the main event. But I'm trying to watch the whole card, bro. So if I want to watch the whole card,
You're
I
saying that
gotta
the
figure.
start card time for the East Coast on my side is gonna be 8 o'clock in the morning.
No, for you guys, the start time for the main card in general is gonna be at 4 in the morning. The main event for you on the East Coast is gonna be at 8 a.m. 4 hours later. It's gonna be the main event. So 4 start time, 8 main event for you. For me, it's gonna be 1 in the morning start time, 5 in the morning main event.
Oh, I get it. I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. Right. I get
So
it.
so it'll be a little easier for you, especially.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
That'll
know
be
if you're
just
gonna want.
it's gonna be the right around the time because I'm just gonna see probably the main event card, the last four fights. I'll watch that, and then I'll probably catch the rest like I always do on YouTube later on that afternoon. But so by the time I go on to report on the fight, I've already watched the fights comfortably instead of staying up
Mm.
at fucking yeah.
So
You know,
then you're not gonna do a live fight check for the main event, huh?
for the main event, yes.
At 8.
At 8 o'clock, yes. At 8 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning, the main card starts. I watch those four fights. I'll do a live fight try for that. The rest of the ones, the prelims, everything underneath, I'll
No,
get.
papi, the main event starts at 8 for you.
Oh, the main event, the just the fight itself. The main.
Yes.
Okay, okay, yeah. So I'll probably then I'll get up at around I would say 7:30, 36 minutes around for the co-main event, and if you figure
Mm.
a few minutes, so I'll watch the top two and maybe a
Mm.
little bit of time on with that. And then by time I watch that, have the fight party, turn it off and go and assess everything, I'll just go back and watch the other fights and then I'll be all caught up because those are like
Yeah.
early morning shows. It's kind of like when like sometimes I remember when I used to report on the UK fights, right? The Tyson Fury fight, shit like that. They start at 5:30 out here. So by like 8 o'clock or 7, the fight entire card was over with. The Conor Ben fights were over, and you step outside and it's still light outside. And you're
Mm.
like, fuck. Like now you got the rest of the day. You're like, because usually when you watch boxing, it's like boxing, might have a beer, whatever, go home or eat some barbecue wings or whatever, and you're out. But those weird times, it kind of leaves me like in limbo. Like, fuck, it's more of the day to do. Like,
Yeah.
fight,
I I
can
at
eat
least want to
that.
watch the last 3 fights where it's gonna be the Kinshiri Chijero versus the
Yeah, because
Wilbaldo Garcia.
it's all fucking Mexican versus Japanese. The top three fights on the card.
Yes, and I want to watch the Junto Nakatani versus the
Of
Sebastian
course,
Hernandez,
of course.
and for sure I want to watch the Inuge versus David Picasso.
Right. So I'm probably gonna do the same thing. I wanna watch those top three. So I'm gonna have to get up probably around six.
Oh man, we have a cancellation, bro.
Who?
The cancellation is uh Hayato Tsunami.
No,
Hayato Tsunami.
no.
Yeah, it's the brother though because remember Reito Tsunami is the guy that fought on all the ring cards in New York. Remember him? It's not him. It's the brother of him. he got cut in sparring, so they canceled his fight.
They
And
did.
then also the Tiaga Imanga versus Armando Martinez, that one's canceled too.
All
Yeah,
right.
so one of the oh man,
Naoya
damn dude,
Inoue versus Dane Picasso, date, fight time, full card, and how to watch. Uh, come on, get off my screen.
was gonna be on the zone, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm just reading an article, and that was the top part I want to see on the cancellations on the fight.
Oh look, I'm gonna send you the link right now. I'm gonna send you the link right now on Instagram. It's a reliable source. I feel like it's one of the most reliable sources today. Is Topology.
All right, so say who you got. I'm pulled out again. The brother.
So I got the brother Tsunami that pulled out the fight. I got look, watch. I'm gonna send it to you right now, bro, on Instagram.
All right, do that.
There you go. I send it to you. It should be getting there within the next couple of seconds. But
All
I
right.
for the pullout, I do have right here the brother, the Tsunami brother,
Yep.
and then I have the other dude too that I'm gonna give you the name right now. Did you get it or not yet?
Not yet. I haven't got anything.
Hold on, look. But yeah, man, like I was really looking forward to this card. What was I about to say? I think it's gonna be a good card, bro. I I think it's definitely gonna be a good card.
Yeah, I like this card because you got two of the top Japanese fighters on the card that potentially after this fight are gonna fight each other. So they're both gonna want to showcase. I think that Naoya Inoue is gonna want to
There
put
you
on a
go.
good show, and I
I
think
sent
that
it to you.
Junto Nakatoni is gonna want to put on a good show. Like that. So
So I
um,
got the Hayato Tsunami cancellation. He was on the poster. He was on the poster. He was supposed to be fighting. He was supposed to be fighting Jazen Dickens. Jazen Dickens. He's the fighter. Do you have the poster in front of you or no?
no,
Okay,
uh,
so when you pull out the poster, it's literally gonna be the guy to the lower right corner, Tsunami versus Dickens.
I got it.
Yeah, so it's gonna be the guy to the lower right corner. So look, if you go to the link I sent you towards the bottom of the fight, it's gonna be the fight card and it's gonna be the lineup. Y abajito is gonna be the canceled fights, canceled and fizzled bouts.
Hold on. It's going on the screen. Hold on.
All right, brother.
All right, hold on. Let me get this up here, right here. All right, here. This is your article that you're bringing up, right? This is it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Where am I looking?
Go towards the bottom. Scroll down.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so those are obviously like the fights, right? But
Right.
if you score a little downer, score a little downer, a little down, right there, canceled and fizzled
Cancel
bout.
fight. Yeah. About right there. Yeah. I
Yeah,
got you.
yeah. So
Gotcha. Shit, it's true.
yeah, so those two fights were on the main card. I mean, were on the main poster. It'll literally be the guy in the lower right corner, the Tsunami versus Dickens, and obviously the other fight is gonna be coincidentally is gonna be the guy on top of him. That's gonna be Imanga versus Martinez.
Yo, now you got
So
4 Mexican fights against 4 Japanese fighters.
yes, sir.
The
My
first 4, the top 4 fights are Mexico versus Japan. Bro, Hugo, you guys are up.
yeah,
Mexico
man.
is up
Yeah, for sure. Let's
for
let's
sure.
always keep in mind, round one, that we are going up against the best Japanese fighters. So we do have a tall task in front of us,
I
you know.
know, I know, I
Oh
know.
wait,
You're right.
what the hell,
What?
bro? You have Terrence Bud Crawford in your chat?
What are you talking about?
In your chat, bro? There's Terrence Bud Crawford is there.
What?
Yeah, Terrence Bud Crawford with the thinking emoji. Terrence Bud Crawford with the thinking emoji.
What's up, Terrence Cross? What's on your mind? What's the thinking about? Talk to me.
Yeah,
Let
brother.
me
So what
actually
was I about
hear.
to say? After this one, round one, after this fight card, it kind of starts to die down because the weekend after that is when we just have one fight in the whole week, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
In the whole.
But January picks up real quick, with the Subria Matias, with the and Neo, yeah, anyway, finishing up in December strong. We're gonna be opening up 2026, and then you got Shakur Stevenson, and you got Teofimo Lopez. So starting off, kicking off the beginning of the year. So we're gonna get things
Oh,
popping
and then
again.
we do have that Raymond Murataya versus Andy Cruz unification too. I forgot about that one. Who do you got in that fight?
Um, Look, Raymond Morataya has been proven. He's trained by Robert Garcia. And he's been proven that he's looking stronger. He looked a lot better to me in his last fight. He won the world title. I think Andy Cruz is a great talent. I think that they're moving him along fast because they got no
Hmm.
choice because of his age. Because it
Hmm.
seems like Cuba, they don't release their fighters until they take the best years of their life. And then they let them have a little bit of career. You ever notice they're like 8-0 and they're like 29 years old already? They're like
Hmm.
28, 30 years old because Cuba took all the good years, and then they let them leave the island, because they like that amateur gold medal shit. So, but now the boxing is whatever it is now, the status, that was then. But still, he falls under that wave. Um, Funny enough, I got Raymond Morataya in that fight.
Hmm.
I'm not sold on Andy Cruz yet. He's a great talent. Bozy Ennis coaching him, doing good. He does a lot of good things in the ring. I seen him gas out a little bit. I was a little concerned about that, being that he had a lot of amateur fights and you're still not past that level where you weren't gassing out. So I'm just not convinced. And I'm just not going to go with the majority. A lot of people think that he's the next best thing, this, that, and the third. I'm not sold on it. I'm from the show me state. You're gonna have to show me, and he's gonna have to show me he could beat Morataya. That's it.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's definitely a good fight for obviously Andy Cruz only having 6 professional fights, already being lined up for an IBF World Title Championship fight. That's definitely really good for him. Now,
Mm.
this does come to question: is like you're saying, is it too quick? Is it too quick? I mean, um, what was I about to say? Andy Cruz hasn't fought in a 12 round
12 round
fight. He
fight,
has
right?
gone the distance for 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Um, so I guess that'll come into effect, but it's only 7 fights. Well, this will be his seventh fight that he has. So, like altogether, like I don't know if that's gonna play a factor in his downfall. So
I
hopefully
think
it doesn't. Hopefully we have a good fight though.
right, right, right. But that's my thing. That was kind of like my whole assessment that I'm trying to tell you. I was like, yo, I don't believe in the fact that I'm not sold on Andy Cruz like it seems like everybody else is. They just think that he's gonna, you know, uh beat Raymond Morataya like that. And Andy Cruz got a total of 6 professional fights, right?
Yes.
And although he came out hot and ready like Little C's Pizza, right? He had all his fights. He started his fights 10-round fights. So he
Mm.
started his career at 10-round fights, and uh he completed one 12-round fight, and then this one would be a 12-round fight. So this is his second 12-round fight. And Moratai is kind of like in the same boat. He just got more fighting experience. Andy only got 6 fights in the pros. I get
Six
it,
fights
Andy.
in the pros.
Yeah, I get it, Andy. You got a whole bunch of amateur, but that's 3 rounds with headgear. 3 rounds, bro. I'm not buying that.
Damn, Mr. Eddie Hearn did an amazing job with Andy Cruz, bro. Bro, for his debut was in 2023, and his debut, bro, zero fights, bro. He went up for an IBF International Lightweight belt.
He fought against Burgos. Carlos Burgos,
Burgos,
right?
bro.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
bro. For
So
his debut,
for his debut, yeah, but because of the fact that he came so highly recommended from what he did, so I mean,
so like
what's his
pretty much
amateur
saying
record
like,
again? His amateur record is 135 fights, 10 knockouts, and 9 losses. He's got 135 fucking amateur fights, bro. He came highly
hold on.
ready. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
135 fucking amateur fights. Cuba took his life.
mm,
That's why I'm saying by the time they let him go, how old is he? Could you he's 30 years old now. He's 30 years old. He has 6 fights. You mean to tell me by the time he becomes world champion, the following year he probably might retire? He's going to have one of the quickest rise in descents in all of boxing. He probably won't even have 10 fights. And he's talking
Yeah.
about retirement.
bro, that'll be like a record if he becomes world champion in his 6th fight, right?
No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be no record in no shape or form. He wouldn't even be close. Lomachenko became a world champion in 4 fights. And
Oh my.
Naoya Inoue became a 2 division champions in 8 fights. So if you can't become a 2 division champion in only 8 fights, you're not beating these records. And then for the youngest,
Are you serious?
and the youngest champion in boxing history with Wilfredo Benitez at 17.
Damn, 17 years old, bro.
Yeah, he was a world champ back in those days when it was Gladiator, 15-round bangers. He was 17-year-old kid, world champion.
For what belt?
WBC?
Damn, bro, but look at Raymond Murataya. He
IBF.
literally only has 3 amateur fights, bro. He was thrown in there quick,
Quick.
bro. 3 amateur fights versus
3.
Raymond versus Andy Cruz that has 135 amateur fights.
35. 135. He has 10 knockouts and 9 losses in the amateurs.
Damn, bro. This is gonna be a good one, hopefully, dude.
Well,
I'm excited
yeah,
for this one.
on paper, it doesn't sell me on paper, but in experience, Andy should be on that level where that he should be able, but this is the pros. This is the pros, and you only got 6 pro fights, my man. You only got 6 pro fights, and out of the 6 fighters, although, although, let me see. Hold on, I gotta remember who he fought. I gotta look him up now.
Who?
Andy Cruz. Who's his best win? What's his best win? Arguably.
Antonio Moran.
You think Antonio Moran is the best? I was gonna say
Antonio
him too.
Moran's a good
I
win.
was gonna throw his name out there just on a whim because I remember he had a big record. If I'm not mistaken, he was in the 30s or something. I don't know.
30. Okay. And then another okay win was Omar Salcido. Let me explain to you why that
Salcido?
was an okay win. Omar Salcido was an okay win because Omar Salcido was coming off a great upset win with Chris Colbert.
Right.
He stopped Chris Colbert. You know who Chris Colbert is, right? Primetime?
Yeah.
So
Little B-Hot?
Salcido was coming off that big win in Pro Box against Chris Colbert. So he was coming off a high win, and then he went up against.
You mean
Andy
the same
Cruz.
Chris Colbert that beat Jose Valenzuela fair and square?
You had to. You know that Chris Colbert.
That was a robbery. Yo,
That
they
was a
robbed him with
robbery,
no gun, no mask. They just robbed
bro.
his
That
ass.
was a robbery in plain sight, bro.
It's
I don't
plain
even
like
know.
broad daylight.
Yeah, I don't know how they gave it to that dude, but anyways, he beat him. He stopped him, and then Andy Cruz got to him, and he
Yeah,
beat him by
yeah.
unanimous decision.
Yep. Yep.
So that's a good win. You also have that fight with Antonio Moran. Antonio Moran's been in there. He just got did he get knocked out or did he yeah no, yeah, he got knocked out by Ernesto Mercado. So, you know,
Yeah.
um yeah,
Who
man. I
did?
mean, is what's
What's
up?
this say? I'm a little. What did I miss here? He had 42 fights and 42 knockouts.
Yes. Who?
Oh, Wilfredo Gomez. You're talking about
Okay.
Wilfredo Gomez? Wilfredo Gomez, for Puerto Rico, he has another record that he had 17 world title fights, and in 17 world title fights, he had 17 knockouts. He had
Let me see
100%
here.
knockout ratio in world title fights, and then on the rest of his career, the other half, before he lost to and he moved up in weight, he lost to the great um um uh oh my
Alfredo Lane.
no, he lost to the Mexican that died in the car crash, that I thought was going to be the greatest Mexican fighter ever to live. Um
Salvador Sanchez.
Salvador Sanchez. Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't I was just having a brain fart. I'm so sorry, Salvador. I forgot your name. I'm sorry. That's just bad for me. So um
Salvador
so
Sanchez.
so 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 with Wilfredo Gomez, he had 100% knockout ratio, like 34 fights or 40 something fights. It ended up being 100% knockout ratio until he lost to Salvador Sanchez, which he never lost in his weight division. He went up
Hmm.
to the super weight division to fight and then lost. So, but Wilfredo Gomez in his own weight division where he reigned supreme, he had like 100% knockout ratio through all his fights. It was ridiculous. So we have like
Well,
the
that
longest streak.
Salvador Sanchez fight supposedly it's at 126.
Yes, and he never fought at 126. He was a 122-pound champion.
But the fight before that, he fought at 131.
Who did?
Your boy.
Um, yeah, some probably fucked up fight that he was bored. He was at the point where like he was just not there was no challenge for him. There was no
Knockout,
nothing.
knockout, knockout,
It was just
knockout,
knockout,
knockout.
knockout, knockout, right?
Damn.
And he was like the Mexican dude was like, bro, if you come up here, I'm gonna send you back to your mother, and your mother's not gonna be able to recognize you. And boy, did
Oh
he keep his
shit.
promise. Boy, did he keep his promise. He beat the shit out of my Puerto Rican fighter, bro. His mom didn't recognize him after the fight.
Nah.
No. You go watch, look at his face. He looked like a cartoon. He beat my boy up so bad. His face was like, that's why after Salvador Sanchez died in that car crash, that's why Wilfredo Gomez threw a party for him every year for over 15, 16 years. He celebrated Salvador Sanchez every year. He made sure his name never died. And he's a Puerto Rican that lost to him, to a Mexican. And every year in Puerto Rico, they have the Salvador Sanchez party because of Wilfredo Gomez. Because he won't let that man's name die, because that man was the man that stood up to him. And he made himself a friend in that day in losing. He earned his respect, and he would not let his memory die.
That's what's up, bro. I never knew. You know, bro, like me as a boxing fight fan today, I don't really know the history too much, but I definitely do hear about the Salvador Sanchez's, about the Wilfredo Gomez's, but I've never actually sat down and looked at one of their fights like that. I won't lie to
Salvador
you.
Sanchez listen, if you ever watch Salvador Sanchez, he'd be a multiple division champion in this era with what he was doing then. Give me Salvador Sanchez back then, he'll beat any of these guys today. Me lo pico if that's not true. He was special. That Mexican dude was special. And maybe Mexicans might not like me for saying this. Maybe not because I'm not Mexican. But I believe if he would have stood alive, he would have went down as the greatest Mexican fighter to ever live, and he would have passed Julio Cesar Chavez. And I've always said it. And I'm not scared to say it. Because what that man looked like in the ring, bro, his timing, his play, he made it look so simple, but what he was doing was not simple. He knew how the distance between you. He understood things about fighting. It would take me years to understand. And I can read him. I read Salvador Sanchez. I know what he had a gift. He was a true warrior, bro. When I look, man, I might be a little deep into boxing and I see these guys for like different things. And I know I'm like, that's why I'm really high up on this Inoue dude. I knew what I was watching. I knew what I was watching. And I knew what I was watching in Salvador Sanchez. I knew it. I knew it, man. And I never wanted him to leave. I wanted the rematch, even if he beat the shit out of my guy again. But I don't care. I don't watch boxing because of my race. I watch it because I want to know who the best fucking fighter is, what does he look like, and where does he come from. I don't care what your ethnicity or your skin color is. I don't give two shits. Because you guys know I give the Japanese dude all kinds of love. I love my fighters, but I call it like I see it. And I got to be honest, that Salvador dude, he was special. And that's all I got to say about that. Maybe Mexican people might not like what I'm saying, but I'm just speaking my truth. That's all. Oh, we got a super chat right here. My man. Thank you for the shout out. Salute. Salute, Rawan. Keep up the legends' name alive. Keep the legends' names alive. You damn right, man. Some of these guys were like great fighters, and they gave us a lot of great fights. And I will not turn my back on a champion. You guys know how I spaz out when people start talking about the belts. You should know I got the fucking belts back here. This is how much I love them.
You never send me the link, so I can order me my belt.
Look, Bobby, it's no secret. Go to fucking Amazon Prime, and look up WBC belt replica.
Okay,
they're gonna pop up. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Okay. I thought you had like a special.
No. Just go there. They got a bundle set planned right now. You could buy all 5 for a low price right now versus that how most of us did it, buying one belt at a time type shit. Because it's going to be more expensive buying one at a time. You're going to end up paying $100 to $200 or whatever each belt when you could buy the 5 in a bundle pack for like $140.
Damn.
So I opted to buy all of it.
Yeah.
At one shot. You know what I'm saying? Because if you buy them individually, that one costs $120, that one costs $115, this one like that. But I got one guy to sell me all 5. I'm not sure if I caught him on a good day, bad day. I don't know if that's the same.
The major ones, undisputed?
What do you mean, undisputed?
The 5 major undisputed belts?
Yeah, all 5 of them. I got
Okay.
the WBC, the WBA, the WBO, the IBF, and the IBO.
I don't want that IBO, bro. I don't want that IBO. I want the ring.
Well, I chose the IBO because the Europeans one day are going to make this IBO a championship, I believe. I believe that the IBO is putting in their time. There's been a lot of champions so far that have had the IBO, such as Scooter, Stephen Kubo Fulton, just to name a guy. There's been a couple champions that had the Klitschko's and so forth, right? So it's making its way. It's not like the Ring Magazine belt that's been here forever, and somehow it never been really considered as one of the major sanctioning bodies. It has nobody backing it, nobody counting their ranking system. It's just a belt that floats in the air that whenever they decide to make a little publicity off of it, hey, best fighting the best. Now the Ringside magazine comes out of nowhere, left field, but there's no ranking for it. There's nobody backing it. You don't pay sanctioning fees on it, nothing. But the IBO is another organization that you're going to pay sanctioning fees for. They're doing it the right way. So I thought eventually they're going to be part of it, just like it took a long time for um, the WBO,
Yeah.
the WBO to be recognized as a world title.
How
And it
long? How long
has
did it take for the WBO to be recognized as
years,
a
my
real
brother,
title?
like fucking. Well, okay. The WBO was founded in 1988. It was founded. So from 1988 to 2004.
Oh shit!
Because on the night the WBO became recognized as a major belt was the day that Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya fought to unify all four belts in 2004. From that moment in boxing history, the WBO became an official world title. And
For real?
Oscar was the one that did that. Yeah, because see what before all the WBO champions before that fight, they always like wanted recognition as being a champion, but the record books would not count it. They didn't count Marvelous Hagler's WBO championship. Mike Tyson didn't need the WBO to be undisputed. All he needed was three belts: the WBC, the WBA, and the IBF. That's all Mike Tyson had. Mike Tyson never had the WBO, and he was undisputed champion of the heavyweight champion of the world. So when Oscar De La Hoya brought that belt to Bernard Hopkins, Oscar De La Hoya said, "Nah, fuck that. We Puerto Rico's belt. We're gonna be we're at the biggest stage, and we're trying to sell it for unification. Well, damn it, you're gonna have to give our belt recognition." Remember, Oscar De La Hoya at the time, wasn't he dating that Puerto Rican lady and living in Puerto Rico at the time? Was that
Okay.
era? Right? So
Okay.
so I'm not sure if it was the right time frame, but I know that Oscar fucked around with Puerto Rico and he didn't mind and he spoke up for it and was like, no, if we're gonna be here, all the belts, then all the belts need recognition. And that's when everything exploded. Everything in boxing on that day changed. The WBO the next day woke up recognition and B Hop had all the belts. And he started the four belt era. B Hop. And it started,
Oh shit.
yeah.
Okay, okay. So then pretty much you could say that B Hop was the first undisputed in a four belt
Yes, he
era.
was.
Oh.
Yes. And then B Hop, Oscar sold B Hop stocks and Golden Boy promotion. And they started bold. And then Richard was the one that built Golden Boy. He built it. And then Oscar woke up one day and was like, motherfucker, I'm sober today. I want my company. Like, well, hold up. Like, and then and B Hop and Oscar became business partners. And that's where they are today. So
Oh shit. No, yeah, because that's a good little fact right there because I did know that Oscar and B Hop fought, they beefed it, but I didn't know how that four belt era came into effect like that.
that's where it
But
came.
yeah, bro, I mean, I'm telling you, bro, some good learning, dog.
No, they, it's no problem, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm always here. I always learn out of the chat. The chat always gives me good shit. You get me thinking all the time, and this is what boxing talk is about. You know, and I hope people come up and they get something out of it, and we're able to talk about boxing and get this out. But yeah, man, let's wrap this up. I've been here for a little while already now. Since what?
My question though,
Yeah,
round
what's up?
one, my bad,
You can
but my
keep going all
question,
night, can't you?
my, but
What's
like
up?
my question is for this Enuge and for this Alan Picasso, how is Eddie Hearn involved in this if he doesn't have neither of the two fighters?
Well, it's Riyadh season and he's linked with Turkey. So if Turkey, this is Riyadh's card, Turkey's card, right? So he controls it. So he has a lot of important things to do. So if he got a guy that he could put on it, hey, Eddie, you're a promoter, get on this, manage all of this. Just like Oscar De La Hoya was the main promoter listed in the New York card with
But
Teofimo
that's because
Lopez in there.
his fighters were there.
Only
Ryan,
one.
Jose,
Oh, three. Yeah, but
Ramirez,
yeah, but
Leonardo
they weren't the main
Barbosa.
events.
Exactly.
So how the fuck was a Golden Boy promoting an event that they fighters don't even fight for Golden Boy, and you don't have no control over the main event, the co-main event, or even the next fight? If that was Turkey's card, and he just put Oscar in charge. Take care of this card for me. Go as a promoter. You be the lead promoter in the card that I'm hosting. That's all. So now Ed Hearn is doing the same thing that he put Oscar to do in New York on his
But
Riyadh season card.
Oscar had the fighters in New York. He
I
had.
know. He
Who
had
does
some fighters.
Eddie? Who does Eddie have in this card?
Actually, I don't think that Eddie has anybody in this card. I'm
That's what
not.
I'm telling you.
I don't. Not unless he owns some Japanese fighter I don't know anything about,
I don't think
or
he
one of
owns
these
any.
Mexican guys. He might own one of the Mexican dudes.
I
I'm
don't
not
think so.
sure. I don't think
No,
so.
I don't
neither.
think so,
I don't
brother.
think so neither. I've never heard Eddie Hearn talk about any of these guys, so I don't think so neither. But like I said, it's a Riyadh season card. Oscar De La Hoya is on the outs right now with Turkey and Eddie, and you heard Oscar taking shots at Eddie and Turkey on social media. So he's on the out right now. And just to keep you funky, you know, Oscar sold Ring Magazine. I keep calling it Ringside Ring Magazine to Turkey. So he did him a favor by selling him that ring belt to Turkey.
And how did how did Oscar own it?
Oscar bought it off the guys that owned it when Oscar, the Ring Magazine was going down because of technology and people weren't buying books no more or magazines off the shelf. Things were starting to change to digital. We were going through a different era, and the CD was dying now because now everything was digital. So the Oscar decided that the Ring Magazine was like the Bible of boxing. It was something really prestigious, and he felt like, I'm not just going to let that go, let that die out of boxing. So Oscar went and invested into it. He invested a lot of money into it, and then he had to adapt with the years to keep the Ring Magazine. I respect Oscar for it. He got a lot of criticism for the articles, and they said that he showed a lot of Mexican fighters, and they were always in the Ring Magazine now, and the Mexican fighters were getting ring belts left and right. That's when the ring belt really took a dive, because everybody said it was a joke. It was a popularity belt because Oscar owned it. So now that Oscar sold it to Turkey, now it's all of a sudden the Ring Magazine is the best belt in the fucking planet and the existing of boxing. Why? Because Turkey's paying all the top fighters to say so. Terrence Crawford, go tell them that the Ring Magazine's the best belt and fuck all the belts. Hey, by the way, people, fuck all the other belts. Ring Magazine's the best. Well said from somebody that's paying you. Gave you your biggest payday in your entire career. Matter of fact, the payday that Turkey gave you, you probably made more money in that night and in your entire career wrapped together. So why wouldn't you say his belt's better than everybody's belt? He just changed your life. Without him, who puts together this Saul Canelo Alvarez fight for that much money? You guys probably would have put the fight together, but probably for peanuts compared to what you guys got paid because of Turkey. No wonder you said his belt is the best belt. Well said from a man that's paying your check. Sometimes you just got to check where you're getting your source from. And I'm not going to give that to Terrence. No, because the reason why I won't allow Terrence to get away with that is because the Ringside Magazine didn't make you, brother. You're not the 3-division undisputed world champion because of the Ringside Magazine. You're the 3-division undisputed champion because of all the 4 belts you won. You could be undisputed without the ring, but you can't be disputed without the 4 belts. If you only got the ring, or do they consider you undisputed? They would have never. He could have got the ring in 5 divisions. They would have just said he had the ring in 5 divisions, but he would have never got that undisputed status and that cloud that he's riding on now. So all of a sudden, the 4 belts that gave you all your success, out of nowhere, you discredit them and said the ring? Why? Money. Because the ring didn't make you the man you are today. And that's the end of that. There's no way that belt can be better than those 4. There's no way. The answer's right in front of your face. You just got to accept the answer. That's it. So listen, fight fans, thank you for tuning in. I had an amazing time up here. Thank you for everybody, the super chats, everybody in the building that tuned in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Thank you to the member. Thank you to the member that became a member today. That's what's up, my man. And like always, I'm on to the next one after this one here at Round One Sports Talk. Hugo, you have a good night. Frontline, I know you hear me out there. Thank you for coming through. And one more shout out to my special guest tonight, Keith Cologne. Watch him January 10th, New York City, Barclay Arena. Don't miss it. Don't miss this card. It's going to be a lot of action. So, fight fan, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow here at Round One Sports Talk.